saying it and nobody should ever fucking say it because of what it was originally intended and because of how demeaning that was intended to be, outweighs the negative. Oh, well, they reclaimed it. Oh, well, we're telling them to ignore that part of their culture now.
All right. So replace the N-word in your singing and your memes. Yes.
I'm fine with that, actually. Yeah. Cool. That.
Did I make the case, IPA?
I'm trying to think about that because at the end of the day, I still know what that word is and I know what I'm replacing. Right?
Square.
Yeah. Does it
Yes,
make
I
you
think you should-
uncomfortable? Does it make you like cringe inside every time someone says my ninja?
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah, me too. Deal with it. You have white guilt. That's how white you are. Boom.
What? Wow. That's amazing.
Soy.
Oh, that is some serious soy. All right. Well. Okay. This is my life now. All right, cool.
On that note, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
But I do want to thank you guys for like participating in that particular conversation because I do want to kind of bring it back and readdress it. It does concern me a lot as far as where people are willing to draw the lines between treating people as individuals or versus part of a group, or which groups should we like metabolize? Because like people are like, shut up, you're white. I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, cool. What is whiteness? Like, white people don't agree on shit. What are you talking about? Shut up. Like, literally, white people are the last people that you want to like metabolize into a group. Like, literally, by almost every single solitary metric that we have in this country, white people are literally the plethora of diversity.
Right. So your response is when someone says, shut up, you're white, and you'd be like, no. You do like a Chud logic, right?
Fair enough. I need to ask Chud on that, actually. But my big thing is I'm like, all right, so what? Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Right. And it doesn't. Like, I have more of a personal identity in being a redhead than anything else.
And I think it's fair, if you are able to weather that criticism and you say, well, no, and here's why, then you either develop the conversation in a productive way or someone loses their shit and you have lost nothing because you did not wither and turn into pixie dust because someone called you white.
That's good, because I don't know what I'm going to do if I wither and turn into pixie dust.
So let me give you the alternative, and that is the actual leftist way of dealing with racial privilege. And that is when you're in this sort of mixed gender, mixed race situation, and you feel you have something to contribute, be satisfied with contributing just a little bit. And so it's called step up and step back. It means know where your strengths are, know where you can contribute the most, strike when the iron is hot, and then back away. You don't need to be the center of the attention, and understand that, being the center of attention is going to get more of these shut up, you're white moments.
That's an interesting thought. Well, the good news is I don't hardly ever get hit with the shut up, you're white things, because I'm most of the time whenever that happens, for anybody, at least from what I've seen, is that it's some idiot white person demonstrating how incredibly either insensitive or out of touch they are with like the discourse.
Right.
And like, even though I'm on the right wing, like I understand a lot of the discourse, so I don't really get hit with that kind of thing. I'm a civilized conservative.
You could say you're self-censoring, aka you're cucked.
I don't know about that. I don't really self-censor a lot.
All right. Then you're just based. I mean, that's the only other alternative that I've got.
Well, every now and again I can do that. right?
Nice.
That is something that we can do.
Aw, how come I can't change the title of the stream to Cuckberia?
I don't know. Oh, you have to be an editor. Okay, gotcha.
I don't care. Just joking.
Oh, that's fine. Connor is live. Is he talking with Politically Provoked? That's disgusting.
I don't even know who is that.
The wannabe Nazi crew.
The can't hold down a Discord server or a Twitter or a Twitch channel crew. That's who that is.
Oof. Yikes.
Well, I mean, when you keep getting banned on everything, yeah.
Then you
It's
stream
okay.
on Cozy
They're not
TV.
going to get banned on Twitter because Elon owns it, and Elon's all about free speech. And
Well,
it's going to let all the neo-Nazis in.
Yeah, I'm press X to doubt on that shit.
Oh, trust me. I think we talked about it a little bit last night, too. Like,
Yeah, we did.
it's not going to be the case, right?
It's like, do I think that there will be a little bit of a change in the TOS? Yes. Do I think there will be a few more unsavory folks in there? Yeah.
A couple people are going to get unbanned, too, would be my guess.
I'm sure there will be, but I guarantee you, more often than not, you're going to see a lot of people get rebanned if they do get unbanned, because
right.
a lot of these motherfuckers would not be allowed in what we would call polite conversation.
If you cross that line, like, you're still going to get fucking banned. I have no doubt about that. Based on what little I know about him and based on, like, what I see in the media, there's still going to be a fucking line. It's just that he's going to hold that line to or more people than just fucking the right.
I'll be very curious to see what he actually does. So we've got Klepto-Bismol again. Can I join the talk? So
Klepto-Bismol?
Yeah.
I like that.
That is quite interesting. So here's the thing. This is it's not invite only, but it is by request. And here's the deal. I don't know you. If you have somebody to vouch for you, if you've been on like Prime K's open panels or anything like that, and I can get a sign off from somebody, that would be great. I'll have on you. But otherwise, we're going to ask that you be in the chat for a while. And after, you show that you're serious, we will have you on. But that wouldn't be tonight unless you can get somebody to sign off.
Although I do like your name, Klepto-Bismol.
Apparently you've been following me since the 19th of last year, so that's cool. So who just if you've actually been on cam or been on voice to any kind of other or to any other streamer, give me a name or give me a few names that I can just be like, hey dude, are you familiar with this user? Are they good? Are they solid? That I can just kind of peg out real quick.
Are they going to TOS me?
Yeah, pretty much.
There it is.
And I have no reservations in doing that. Absolutely zero.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Well, the good news is my city's coming along very well in City Skylines.
Nice. How many nuclear plants do you have?
3.
All of them.
Nice.
What? Yeah.
That's dedication, because City Skylines makes renewables OP.
Yeah, they do. Like some of them still kind of suck. Like wind still kind of sucks. Solar isn't terrible, but like they've got it backwards. Wind should be kicking ass, and solar should be terrible.
Right.
Is solar really terrible though? I mean,
Yeah.
other than the fact it needs batteries and it's somewhat expensive and has a long time before it becomes like.
So, like the way that they've got it set up in this game is that solar would be great in this game and on parity if you were talking about. Excuse me. If my city was in Las Vegas, that's the level of solar that this game assumes. The problem is that the solar panel if you have the day-night cycle on, is that the solar gives a way more powerful ability at night than it should because it would just be battery powered. And the problem is that if you just ran off everything in solar in this game, in real life, is that you would have about, I don't know, 15 seconds of power before you drain your entire battery system.
Yeah. You would basically do, like, the state of California has about 20 minutes of storage last I saw. I mean, maybe they're up to an hour with all the freaking Tesla and GE battery projects, but that's generous.
Yeah. And of course, like, I don't even want to see the batteries that they're using. They've got to be massive.
They've caught fire already.
I believe it. I'm sure they're very beautiful interactions.
September last year, February this year. There have been fires and fires and fires in California battery storage facilities. It's the Moss Landing battery plant, if anyone's interested in finding out. So yeah, this is the this is the reality of battery storage. It is volatile. It is like a volatile chemical compound, and it's not like gasoline where you just separate it from the reactants. It's like you keep the oxygen out of gasoline, or you make sure that it doesn't mix in that perfect air fuel mixture, and you're mostly safe. With batteries, you've got the perfect mixture right next to one another, and it takes one arc to discharge
fire.
And start a lithium fire. And by the way, I found out that pure lithium and air, that's the most perfect battery, about 7 kilowatt hours per kilogram. But in the end, you've got a puddle of molten lithium at the end, because that's what you've got when you have got the perfect lithium air battery.
That actually is one of my two concerns about going solar. One is that, and two is that my city has a city ordinance against anything solar that is not on your roof. You can't have them on the ground in your yard.
What? Why?
Good question. But the problem is my house faces the wrong direction for me to put them on my roof, so it really doesn't make any sense for me to put them on my fucking roof.
And
I live in the north. I live in Minnesota, and in order for me to do that, my house would really have to face have one of its major surfaces facing the south, and it doesn't.
Right. Yeah. You could put them on your walls, right? And then you would get.
I mean, a siding, I guess.
Yeah.
They're technically attached to the house. I think the city ordinance says attached to your house.
So the ordinance wouldn't even allow that. That's great.
That I don't know. I don't know. I just know you can't have them just sitting in your yard, basically.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And yes, I did at one point talk to my neighbor who my former neighbor, who is still currently the mayor, about that.
Good job.
Boy, the chatters are busting my balls on nuclear. So the reason that we need to increase power consumption is not that the West is so power hungry. The reason we need to increase power consumption is because that is the way that you help people have better family planning. And so if you believe that the population bomb is still a problem, you want to put nuclear plants everywhere that populations are growing. That's Southeast Asia and Africa. That means Ethiopia gets a nuclear plant. That means Ghana.
You get a nuclear plant.
Yeah.
And you get a nuclear plant.
Someone says my volume is low. Let's see if I can fix that.
It is a tad low. Yeah.
Or maybe that's on my side. Okay. I think I messed with this before.
Well, it's what happens when you have to, or when you change up all your settings, right?
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
I'm gonna go do an event in town. See you guys later.
Like, okay, the only reason that fucking nuclear isn't like actually sort of renewable is who was it that banned the recycling of nuclear materials? Can't remember.
Carter.
Eisenhower?
Yeah, Carter, and then
Carter. Thank you.
And then Bush 1 reversed it. But by that time, the damage was done. And
Right, it's too goddamn expensive to rebuild it. Nobody wants to do it.
Right, but you know what? We really don't need it unless there's like unless there is a congressional mandate to recycle nuclear fuel in order to reduce the amount of nuclear waste. That would be the only reason that you would have to do it. And so it's a non-issue. We've got 16 square miles in New Mexico at the WIP that we could store all of our spent fuel. We could store the whole world's spent fuel for 1 billion years before we have to worry about it.
Jesus. Is that much?
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean it's a perfect salt formation. It's pretty much the most perfect nuclear waste repository. So yeah, check it out on YouTube video from me and Jim Conca is the secret billion-year nuclear repository. I'll drop it in chat.
Is this one of those things that after the apocalypse happens, somebody's going to stumble into and literally instantly turn green and die?
No, because it's 500 meters down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so how hard is it? How hard is it to
by
dig 500 meters down?
Quite hard. Is this one of those things that you get through like an elevator or what?
Yeah, you would go around and around and around these ramps. Yeah.
Mm. Somebody being feisty? She's been really vocal lately.
Nice. Pat. Oh, nervous vocal or?
Not sure. She's So I've got 3 dogs. The 2 were mine. One of them was hers. And they get along pretty decently well, but there's like certain times where she will just be like, "No, you don't go there. No, whatever you're doing, you can stop that." And we're trying to figure out exactly like what her triggers are, and we still haven't figured it out.
Wow. Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, we're very happy to have her. She's great.
Nice. Pets can keep you sane.
They can also drive you insane. My
True.
boy, my Buck has always been a really good dog, and I had him really, really well house trained. And then all of a sudden, it was like, hey, I'm going to, or I got Jack, which is my other beagle, and he's just like, hey, I'm gonna pee on literally fucking everything, and I'm not gonna stop. And I'm just like, fuck.
That happens when you bring new dogs in the house, though. Like, even if they're not puppies and they're theoretically, like, house trained.
Mm. Well, he's a pain in the dick.
Yeah, we got a pair of brothers who were well housebroken when we adopted them. So you saw Yam and his brother's Turnip, who does not like to be held, except by my wife, which is the most peculiar cat ever. Like I've never had a cat bond with a human that strongly, I guess, but yeah, but it happened.
It's interesting.
And orange cats are supposedly special, but this one takes the cake. He's
adorable as fuck.
Let's see if I can get a purr. Nope, maybe not. He's wiggly now. No, I made him mad.
Fair enough.
He'll put up with it, though.
He's going after it. Get the microphone. Kill it.
Nice. There we go. Now he's purring.
Haven't really heard him. Oh well.
Oh. It's more microphone noise than purr at this point.
I believe it.
He's saying, "Put me down." That's right. He has a message.
See, this is where, like, if I was on camera, I would be making weird faces because I'm fucking losing, and it's because of shitty ass teammates. So,
Fucking league. Goddamn league.
Oh boy. Klepto, you really want to chat with us? Good on you. We'll maybe you could come over to me. I've got the finger on the trigger after Ty shuts down. Also, I'm a leftist, and supposedly leftists don't get banned for TOSers.
Give me a second.
That's the new conspiracy theory, is that leftists don't get the axe when people TOS them.
All right, Cupcake. Invite the person.
I don't know. Destiny got banned.
True.
But is that because Destiny is a shitter, or is that because someone came on and TOS'd him?
I don't know the whole story. I just know he got banned.
There was a lot that went on. Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Carl has mod in the Discord, and I got mod on fucking stream, so whatever.
You both have mod. It's just I love you so much. Jackass.
I can't think of anything else exciting that has happened recently. It's been a lot of drama. Like the talk of Dylan criticizing Twitch politics was set everyone on edge because they're attention whores.
Wait, what?
Wait, what did Dylan say?
Dylan was on a podcast and streamed it to Twitch at the same time and said, "Oh, you know, it entered my brain when I was talking to these foreign dignitaries that said, yes, we looked into you, that maybe my content on Twitch was not a good representative of me as a person." That's basically a very polite way of putting it. And everyone interpreted that to be much worse than it actually was. So they are saying things like, "Oh, Dylan has sold out. Dylan is like pulling up the ladder behind him. Hippy Dippy is shutting down. Soy, Dylan's a sellout. Soy." That's been the response. And so as is appropriate, I make fun of these people relentlessly because they have lost their shit for no good reason.
I mean, I heard some people saying that Dylan was quitting, but I've not got anything verifying that. So
no, I think that he was reconsidering what kind of content he personally engages with, and that would be like, you know, people who are now banned on the platform, like Charmhole, and the kind of content that
Charmhole finally get banned.
I heard so. Yeah,
I heard that. Okay.
He was a major like chatter in Chud Logic, and so the chatters there were saying that Charmhole was banned. So I can't verify it, but it sounds legit. I guess I could verify it by like typing in.
I was gonna say that's a welcome ban. That's all I'll say.
Yes, channel is currently unavailable due to violation of Twitch's community guidelines and terms of service. There it is. There's your proof.
Yay! The thing that actually bothers me about a lot of that kind of thing is not that Charmhole was not on the I'll put it this way. The thing that bothers me about a lot of that is not the fact that Charmhole was on Twitch. It was that people let him onto their shows. What the fuck are you doing? Why would you do this?
He was incessant.
There's a lot of people that I would question, why would you platform them?
No shit. Like I mean, I might sound like a bit like Dylan here, but I mean, it's just like, holy fuck, what are you all doing? Like, why would you? Why? There's a lot of people that get platformed. And I'm like, why? Like, I can break out the.
Sold out? Have you sold out? Are you selling us out?
I'll sell out.
SOY.
I'll sell the fuck out. Like, goddamn. Like, I gatekeep the shit out of my community for a reason.
And frankly, I'm okay with that. Like, yeah, it might be a smidgen bit of like a echo chamber, but it's not a shit show. I get that maybe doesn't get the same views as the shit shows, but
no, it doesn't. But I'm fine with that because
right. And I know you're okay with that
because I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh my god, like the shit shows are shit shows, and I don't want to do that shit. I really don't.
I don't know how to message someone privately on Chatterino because I'm a boomer, but yeah. So Klepto's trying to get in, and Baked Cupcake's trying to get them in.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna laugh when it's Milwaukee.
Oh God. Can we talk about
just let him go for a minute.
Gender dysphoria then if
I'll be right
we're gonna get him back in here?
Hey, yo, how's it going?
Dysphoria then if
Hello. I got a mute. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Camera, no camera?
No camera, not for me. No, you don't want that. I don't want to scare people.
All right.
No, I mean like my camera. You don't want to see me.
I'll drag you in. Okay. Be good.
Right on. I will.
Fucking stupid wrong information.
Yeah.
This person seems normal.
Cool.
Welcome to the stream.
Hi, seemingly normal person. How are you?
Yeah, somewhat normal. Certainly not. I'm not gonna violate anything.
Oh well.
Darn.
That's what they always say.
Right.
See, now I have a really snappy comeback to that, but I'm not gonna go there. That's how.
Well, if you're gonna insult Tiberius, it's fine.
Well, yeah. Yeah, hey, Changebox, man. See, that's my buddy. He was gonna come on. He was and like vouch, dude. He's so cool. This guy's so cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how's your day going?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You guys, pretty decent.
I'm doing all right.
So I'm trying to get my audio sound. Yeah.
It sounds okay.
I'm gonna go take care of this dog. He's being a pain in the ass.
All right, so I gotta ask. You want to come in here? Is there something in particular that set you off, or like, did you want to refute, or you want to talk about?
Yeah, there were a few things earlier. I forgot about one of them because I don't know. That's just my thing. I'm kind of aloof. And talking in general, but one of the things you were talking about just a moment ago was the.
Let's go to the liquor store.
Let's do what? I missed that.
Was what?
Oh, he's talking to his dog, and he forgot to mute himself.
Oh, all good. I got my doggy. Is it Dylan? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, Dylan. Yep.
Dylan.
Yeah. No, I like the guy, man. I think he did a great job. Are you guys watching the thing yesterday, the panel?
No.
I was busy.
Yeah. It was.
Was it bad?
Something.
Oh, was it?
It was okay. It was okay. It's all right. Bunch of That was okay.
Oh my god! Yes. Oh no! Forget that shit. No.
Should I server mute Tiberius?
But you know.
You should, just as a joke. Yeah.
There we go. You forgot to mute yourself, Tiberius. Good job.
What's that say? What is the 12?
Yeah. So I don't know what the what any drama came out of that.
Yeah. Can you summarize the drama? Because
How dare you? How dare you fuckers mute me? I want you to hear my extra shit.
It's called hot miking, dude. Not cool.
I know. I wanted a hot mic.
Oh yeah, Magic Mike. What a great movie. You guys like it too?
See, that one wasn't me. That was IPA.
Okay, I was joking though. It's an amazing movie. Yeah, there was no drama. Well, it's drama in panels all the time, but the topics were banning the Bible, the January 6th
Yes, please.
something call, and then the cancellation of student loans. There were a lot of interesting takes and a lot of people self-congratulating and virtue signaling and I don't know, but
So normal.
just
Yeah,
basic.
I mean, that
That's
sounds
just
like a
every
panel.
day.
Yeah.
Every day, the sir, I don't know what I can say. No, yep, that stuff. No idea what that means. Hey,
That
can
sounds like a
Changebox
typical
come
panel,
on here
dude.
too? Changebox is great.
Well, I mean, you're okay, and you're vouching for him. So, if he fucks up, then both of you get shit canned. So,
I absolutely agree with that 100%. And you know what? You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
Hey, I'm not allowed to do this on here. Why?
What?
You
I
can't
can't
make
get
an
more than
invite?
I can't make it. No, I can't. But I can't even.
It's for
I can't.
mods and
The
like
subs. The subs don't work here. Why is that?
You can't
I've done-
sub to me.
I've done 3 and it's not doing anything.
Oh, that's weird. That would explain why we're not getting. We're not
Holy
getting.
crap, dude! I've done 3 here, 3, and they're not going.
Huh.
I swear to God, man.
Oh.
Yeah, you are 3 months up, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, you can't get the sub roll.
I cannot gift. How
You
do I?
can't- You can't give subs. That's interesting.
I can't at all. No, it says they go through. Let me go look at my.
Oh shit, Tiberius has been canceled.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would explain why.
I just got a receipt that said this to with. Yeah, I mean I got to hold up. So what's the time? Nope, it didn't go. What the? What the?
So is that a your end thing or a my end?
No. This is your end for sure. I think Changebox brought that up.
All the ways I could take that out of context.
He just gave you 5.
Wes, dude,
What?
pulling it down.
Why
Yeah,
can't I
Wes
do this?
worked, yeah.
Hold up.
Thank you,
so
Wes.
I'm doing another. You are not eligible to make this purchase. What? in the actual
That sounds like a
heck?
you problem. And,
That
and
No,
it is
now it
like
says
not.
this. I swear-
I mean that not unironically.
Dude, why is that doing that?
That's a credit card problem.
No,
It's
it's
not a
not.
problem.
You are not eligible to make this purchase. What
Did
the
you charge
hell,
back
man?
anything to Amazon ever?
Never. And never in my life. Whoa, dude, this is so whack. Let's see if I do this. Ready for it? Ready for it? Ready for it? Ready for it? Let's see. All right, come on. Gifting. There we go. Oh, it lets me buy 5, but not like one at a time. Eat a bag.
That's kind of weird.
That is weird.
You must get 5.
That's so strange. No, for real though. Yeah.
All right, that's funny. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get a guy on here.
Is it?
All right. Do I need to give any invites out?
I have no idea how to do
I
it.
gave
I'll have
one
to change
to.
box, man. You'll love
I
it,
gave
dude.
one to Changebox.
Hey, somebody give one more sub.
I got it. I got you. Let's see if I can give one.
No, it has
Let's
to be
see.
a different.
Yeah,
it has to be a third
different, doesn't
person.
Yeah.
To whom?
It has to be
Oh.
a different person to
I got it.
drop the subs for the hype train.
Got you. Oh, that's how that works?
Yeah.
Dang, dude. I was trying to create my own hype trains once, and now I get it. Shit. So it's like, don't order yourself flowers on Valentine's Day. Someone will know.
Do it.
Oh, we both did it. There we go.
You guys are great. Appreciate all the fun or all the help, guys. Soyatl, I feel cool. Love it.
720 more to catch up to me. What does that mean? 720?
So, did anyone get Changebox his invite?
I have no idea.
He has an
I can
invite to
check.
Discord in his Twitch DMs. Check your Twitch DMs. Changebox.
Yeah, change box. You can. Yeah, there you go. Dude, it's so
So,
cool.
I want to go back to the like what prompted you to be like, I need to get in there.
Into where?
Here.
Oh, just to talk to people. I've been this is gonna sound shitty. I get banned from places, not like what you're thinking, in a bad way. But believe it or not, some people find me to be intolerable and annoying sometimes. So
Well, we got plenty of folks like that around here. So
Yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna say you're talking to one of those kinds of people right now. So
right on. Yeah, so I talked to this Changebox guy. Oh my gosh, dude, has the
Thank you for the
greatest
follow.
content ever. Yeah, nice dude. We hit it off. Talked for like 8 hours, right, man? Things are getting kind of serious, I guess you could say.
Ooh.
Well, congratulations on your blooming relationship.
Yeah, you know what?
right.
Everyone needs to have that one special man who is the recipient of your bromance.
Dude, it's
Totally.
Yeah. He's Napoleon Bonaparte. Wait, no, Bro Montana. Hold on, he's from Brova Scotia. What are some more bro things? Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh yeah, I hit this. Yeah.
Well, the memes are real. The memes are real
memes-
today.
Memes are real, and
You
so
were
we were talking about
um,
Dylan. Yeah.
yeah. Oh no, you were talking about geology too, like earlier.
Oh yeah, the perfect nuclear repository. So my friend Jim Conca is a geology expert. Actually worked on the Yucca Mountain project. Said it was terrible. Almost got himself fired. He basically told this story of either the governor or some senator called up his boss and said, "Who the fuck is this guy? Why is he criticizing this project?" And you get sat down in a manager's office and they say, "We've been really good to you. You know something's up." He had that moment about the Yucca Mountain project, and since then he has been like, he's gone on the tour for interviews, eventually got himself a Forbes column, and is spreading the joy and the victory that is the waste isolation pilot project. It is the perfect place to store nuclear waste. Put it 500 meters down in this awesome salt formation that's so thick. It's not like the German one that's leaky and full of water now. It is
What was the name of that thing again? The project?
Waste Isolation Pilot Project, aka WIPP, WIPP.
Oh, I see you. Cool. So it's a perfect place to store waste.
It is. If there's any place on Earth that is suitable to store waste, this would be it.
Oh,
A random street corner in China works too.
I mean, anywhere pretty much, because if you have nuclear
moon.
waste after 100,000 years, it's less toxic in water than the original uranium ore. And even after a couple hundred years, it's not really super dangerous. And you can put in
uranium
things.
what? 235? What's the thing?
Natural ore would be 0.7% 235, the rest 238.
235.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, 0.7%. So mostly 238. And it's bad stuff in high concentrations, but not so bad if, you're holding it in your hand and you're not eating it. Don't eat uranium, kids. That's a bad idea. No matter
Today's
right?
takeaway from the stream: don't eat uranium. Thanks.
Don't eat uranium. Yeah, that's a
what do you
Thanks,
mean
Diana.
natural is the question.
natural. Like so you know how they do like carbon dating on things and so and so. Well, there's a way to date certain things by the mere presence of having radioactive something, some element. I don't know what it is. It's uranium something,
Carbon
and
14.
it's what's that?
Carbon 14 versus carbon 12. Yeah. If you put carbon in
Son
the
of a
atmosphere,
bitch, man, I butchered the shit out of that. Damn it.
if you put carbon in the atmosphere, it eventually gets hit by some cosmic rays, and it picks up more mass, and so you get carbon 14 versus carbon 12. And carbon-14 is radioactive, decays to carbon-12. And so the more carbon-14 you have in something, the more fresh it is, like the more atmosphere it's seen. Unless you're talking like water in Fukushima, and then maybe there's a slightly elevated amount of carbon-14, but that's not such a problem. It might be a problem if we really need to know the date of a piece of rock and it's been exposed to this effluent from Fukushima Daiichi. But that's not like earth-shattering problems. That's life. It's you got a little bit of contaminant, so you're annoyed. You're not really harmed by it.
A little bit of contaminant. That's life.
Right. I mean, it is life because as our new friend here. What was your name in chat?
Klepto-Bismol.
Yeah, as Klepto-Bismol was saying, it is a thing. It is like a part of the contamination. And in the case of uranium, it is, we expect 0.7% U-235, the rest 238. And that is true, except for a place called the Oklo Natural Reactor in Gabon, Africa. And that place has less than 0.7% U-235 because we had a natural uranium reactor 2 billion years ago. We actually thought that people stole nuclear materials out of that place in Africa at first, because what's the other explanation? It must have been someone stealing U-235, but it's perfectly mixed. How did this happen? And they theorized and eventually proved that yes, indeed, there's just enough material that 2 billion years ago it formed a critical event. That doesn't mean it blew up. That means it reacted slightly, got warm, spread apart, and then moved back together. Spread apart, moved back together. And that's the natural reactor in Gabon, Africa, the Oklo Natural Reactor.
Oklo Natural.
All right, I'll be right back. I got these dogs who are wanting to go outside. The problem is that it's raining like crazy. So
Who let them out?
I did.
Who?
Woo, woo.
All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, this is so cool. Oklo, this is freaking rad.
Right?
This is neat. Yeah, so it is a nuclear fuel processing plant down in south. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, they decided they were going to process. They're going to mine the uranium up, and then that's when they discovered that the ratios were just wrong. So to give you a little bit more about nuclear waste, this is the solution. This is called waste vitrification. This is a little bit of glass. It's really dark because I have mood lighting. So there's a little bit better lighting. And so this is just a piece of glass.
Obsidian.
It does. It's almost as black as obsidian. It's
looking
really
at
dark.
a picture right now. It's I'm looking at the IAEA, the organization website right now. So the Oklo, Earth's 2 billion year old known natural nuclear reactor.
Yeah, but if you've got waste from a reactor, you put it in this piece of glass, and basically no water can take away the contamination. That also works with concrete. You can turn nuclear waste into concrete. It's a process called grouting, and it is in fact as strong as concrete. So that's actually a much cheaper process, cheaper than this. This is what France does, which is turn it into glass.
You're telling me that I can have a nuclear driveway?
You technically, yes.
Yeah. Damn.
What if any is there risk of exposure from that?
Cancer. You could have 5 dicks. Maybe that's not a risk. Maybe that's a good thing.
Right? Well, as somebody who's got like a quarter of a normal dick, I'll take it.
I don't know if you can. Just compound those. If they find a way to just make it one girthy. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. On a serious note, I would not recommend it because you will be abrading that surface and you will be causing some effluence. Every time you drive over your driveway, you will be ablating that surface and causing contamination. So, sorry, you cannot have a radioactive driveway.
Can you describe? You ever seen like old silverware or you know where I'm going? It's radioactive because of the what are the metals that they had? It glows in the dark or
thorium?
black light.
Oh.
What is it called? Is it thorium?
Glass? No, sorry. I think you're talking about glass, Vaseline glass.
It's like glassware.
There's glassware that has uranium in it. There is.
It's like green.
Yeah. It glows under black light. It glows green. I think I have a
Yeah,
sample of that.
under black light.
Yeah, I've got a sample of that somewhere around here, but I'm too tired to go find it.
So that's crazy. There were things in radioactive materials in common dishware that people. It's probably it registers on a Geiger counter, but it's not. I don't know. Is it dangerous?
It's scary. It sounds super scary. Like I have a Geiger counter right here. But,
what?
And if I put it up to my uranium glass, it won't say anything because this is not an alpha detector. It's a beta gamma detector. But you can hear it.
I want to see it. Do you have it? Oh, I want to see it. Let me see. Dude, rad.
And here it is.
What'd that cost?
Oh, that's so cool, man.
About $100 for a
Hey,
cheap
have
one.
you put it by your microwave?
Yep.
I have not put it by my microwave, but remember, this is gamma and beta detector.
Oh, my bad. Yep.
Beta, and
It's a
so it does
beta.
it does not detect alphas.
Fucking betas.
Well, that's okay, man. Because if you want to find me, you need a stud finder. What?
Holy shit. Good times.
No, hey, so you know the healing crystals? Have you heard about this? Where there is radioactive, dangerous levels.
Healing crystals? What are we gonna go on like a
Right.
like a
No.
Right. People
I'm
will
not saying
sell
they're
wristbands or necklaces that are say like it's most commonly sold as ionizing healing crystal or ionizing wristband or something like that. Yeah, you absolutely.
Jill Stein.
they're
Something
dangerous.
like that. Yeah, they can be dangerous. They're mostly all recalled. It's still possible to find them on eBay. So you can buy this GMC 500 on Amazon and detect these dangerous healing crystals. But if you're buying healing crystals from eBay,
I'm not buying healing crystals, man. Hell no.
yeah, I think this is a you problem if you're buying healing crystals on eBay.
No, I'm just saying that's crazy. People buy that shit. It's like, oh, there's some kind of reaction, not knowing that it's radioactive and it's really probably like killing you. But yeah.
Hey, somebody who believes in
not
that shit
killing
ran
you.
for the president of the United States. So there's that.
Do what?
Jill Stein.
Yeah, Jill Stein.
Yep. And Marianne probably believes in that stuff too. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't actually know. Don't sue me.
What the? Wow. Okay.
Well, you have so many subs. I feel like I have to sue you at this point.
Well, thank you.
Marianne Willison healing crystals. Oh, she says she never had a crystal, and it's just a rumor. Okay.
Wait,
We have been
no,
disclaimed.
no.
Marianne
Negative.
Williamson does not believe in healing crystals. Only Jill Stein.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think they're all garbage. I'm just saying they have radioactive material that
Right.
you can register on that they do register, and it's hazardous levels in some cases. So
And here's the thing. Germans will go to radium baths and get exposed to radiation.
Jesus Christ.
And they're shutting down nuclear plants.
Fuck.
Right? Has anyone heard?
Somebody's got to buy that natural gas from Russia. Come on.
I know, right? We had another nuclear source accident in Colorado last week.
Whoa, what happened?
Did anyone hear about it? Oh, it was a density meter. A density meter that you use to sort of detect how dense the earth underneath a piece of asphalt is. It fell off a truck and a car smashed into it, and that actually knocked a cesium source loose. They shut down the whole freeway for about 2 hours to find it.
Oh, the I-25 closure. Okay.
God,
Yeah.
No way.
Exactly. That was the I-25 closure. That was a cesium source.
Gotcha.
Dude, what the? Hold the phone. This happened
Yeah.
4 days
Very
ago.
recently.
So
Very recently.
when you talk about cesium, cesium,
137.
that's good for not atomic time. What the hell am I thinking of?
It's good for killing people. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, so like when you talk about nuclear power,
Right.
what are the key components? What are Jesus Christ? Nuclear energy is the answer. Never mind, dumb questions as you were.
You need about 2 to 4% U-235, or you can mix in some plutonium. Theoretically, you could do things like americium, and those would make fission reactions. There is also pure, I think, plutonium 240, I think? No. I probably have the number wrong, but there's what's known as a radiothermal generator, which is like the thing you saw in The Martian, the thing that Matt Damon put under the seat of his buggy.
That thing?
Yeah, an RTG.
Yeah.
That is highly concentrated. I think it's plutonium 240. I could be wrong. It has about a 90-year half-life.
It's 238.
238? Okay, based. Yeah. So that's one less than 239, which is the stuff you need for bombs or nuclear reactors.
Jesus Christ, imagine getting that order wrong. Fuck.
I went the wrong way. So I'm not a nuclear engineer. I mess this stuff up. I just know a few nuclear engineers, and they tell me what's what. Yeah, so 240 is bad. 240 will probably blow up. 239 is also made for blowing up. 238 is not going to blow up. It will make a lot of heat, and it will decay. It'll half-life in 90 years. And that's what Matt Damon put...
Is 90 years?
Yep. That's what Matt Damon put in his buggy.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. We all do this, man.
Sorry.
No, it's a great name. It is. Yeah. Yeah. So, but like the amount of waste produced when creating, I don't know what I'm trying to ask. Maybe I should gather my thoughts.
Your lifetime of energy demand is about 4 kilograms of used nuclear fuel. That's what.
Are you all about nuclear energy as opposed to using like wind turbines and freaking wishful thinking and shit like that?
I will say that I have
a lot of shit, man.
I have a strategic alliance with people who like wind. And that strategic alliance is, as long as you don't fuck up my nuclear energy, I'm all for wind and solar, because we need to get fossil fuels out of our supply chain. We need to keep fossil fuels in the ground as fast as possible. And so I have to admit there's a little bit of wind and solar that will help. I think that we need to commit to at least 25% of our global energy supply should come from nuclear by 2050. We should set a goal.
Yeah.
We should plan for it. We should execute on that goal. And if you want wind and solar above and beyond that base 25% requirement of nuclear, go for it. If you want to reduce our energy use so we get to 25% faster, that's great too. But we need 25% nuclear by 2050.
Let me ask you a question. At
a minimum.
Right, minimum.
Yeah. So wind is useless, man. There's way more efficient ways of killing birds. First of all, the amount of land you have to like.
And look, let's be real. Nobody wants windmill cancer, okay?
They're horrible though. Like my girlfriend's family has like 1,000 acres plus in an area wherever, doesn't matter. But they're building all these wind farms out there, and they're using it to. Oh, now the school district over there they're getting their energy provided by these. It doesn't really do anything, and transferring that energy when you harness it and it's useless. And the amount of land they had to tear through to fucking build these things, it's obnoxious. They look neat though.
I'll say it's not quite useless. it is making a lot of profits for companies like Puget Sound Energy, which is a gas company. It makes them a lot of profits because it has grid priority, it has subsidies, it helps them save their fuels, and then they get to charge more for natural gas at the moment you need the natural gas. Because guess what? The wind eventually goes down.
No, it totally helps all the people over there not at all. I don't know.
Giving away all the secrets, man. You can't do this.
They'll call me a Republican. That's what they'll do. It's discredit.
Oh, have they not yet? God, they're getting.
But with the nuclear waste that you have with nuclear energy, and you're saying it's always how do you get rid of it? And you're saying the what's it, Oklo? Come on, man, help me out.
Okay, so the whip is where you put it. If you have to put it somewhere, you put it in whip. But I don't really think you need to put it anywhere. You can
nay-nay.
You bake it into glass.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you can whip. You can nay-nay, or you can bake it into glass. Or you can bake it into concrete. Or just leave it where it is in spent fuel canisters that are airstrike rated for 100 years. And if humankind disappears from the face of the planet, I honestly don't care if there is a little bit of uranium at surface level, because if the aliens come back or if humans re-evolve, they are going to kill themselves digging down to find it, or they're going to kill themselves trying to bust this thing open, or they're going to worship it as a monolith and huddle around the exhaust fans like it's a weird god. But it's not actually going to kill them. There are plenty of things more dangerous.
What's the levels? The level of, you said 0.07. No, 0.07 was your
percentage for natural uranium. Yeah.
Well, and when does it become harmful, or it's lethal rather? Well, shit, dude.
So the harmful. Let's talk. What's the risk? The risk from nuclear waste is either acute radiation sickness, and you need to hit like 4 sieverts. This is the amount of dose you need to have a 50-50 chance of living. A sievert. That is a sievert is an amount of dose taken into the body. You can take that into the body instantaneously, or you can take that into the body over a period of time.
Jesus Christ, man.
You could think of it like a kilowatt hour. It's kind of a measurement of dosage over time. So
snap.
Over a short dose or short time is the same as
threshold, right? The threshold. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're going to talk about LNT. That's the next part of the conversation. There is an idea of, okay, so you got 4 sieverts, and you've got a 50-50 chance of living. How do we know that? Because we threw atomic bombs at a bunch of Japanese people. And it's literally
we did some experiments.
This is literally where the data comes
fine.
I thought you were Korean. Man, don't mess with me.
I'm kidding.
You're Korean?
Yeah.
Dude, I got to talk to you in a moment about bulgogi. I know that sounds fucked up, but I love it.
Dude, I'm the whitest motherfucker in here.
You can talk to me about bulgogi.
Really? You think you're the whitest, man? Okay. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, I love being.
We're gonna have a white-off here.
Can have a whiteout.
Okay, let me put it like this. I don't listen to country. That's about the only non-white thing about me, all right?
Unbelievable. I don't even know what. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, damn it, dude. Yeah, I'm so hard.
I live in the suburbs. I own a rusty ass truck. I own several guns. Like, I'm
trying so hard.
I'm listening to Leonard Skinner right now. Like,
damn.
He's got you.
That is insanely white.
Jesus Christ.
He's on a podcast. As we speak, we're podcasting. Come on.
Oh, fuck my life. Well, I'm going to go jump off a building. In a video game. In a video game. In a video game,
guys.
Yeah, I learned that one. Video game. I would never. By the way, anyone who has any kind of thoughts about doing anything harmful to themselves or others, there are programs you can reach out to and people you can talk to. Just always give that a chance before you do something rash. There it is. Good for thought.
Recovered.
You ever think about working for those people at The More You Know? That was really good.
More you know. Oh yeah. The thing with the star thing. Yeah, dude. No, never.
Called
Hey, you did a great
PBS
job.
Digital Studios, and that experiment has flown and landed, unfortunately, and made great content creators like Kyle Hill. Go check out Kyle Hill. He makes some awesome videos about nuclear and Chernobyl.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was pretty anti-nuclear, but then you started talking about waste, and then you started talking about the fuel, not the waste. So I looked up the waste, and I see it's mostly cesium and strontium, and that's 30-year half-life. Yeah, what was the huge fucking worry? Oh, that's right. I've been sold another narrative. Fuck me.
So the waste was the false narrative. I'm sorry. So the narrative you were sold on was it's so bad. All that waste is going to be toxic and kill people and
Forever,
all these
for
bad
millions
things.
of years. And I go and I look, and no, most of it's got a half-life of 30 years, which admittedly is going to be, it's still going to take a while because we're not talking a small amount of fuel, but it's not millions of years. It's not tens of thousands of years. It's maybe 100, 200 years.
Hey,
It's
speaking
not
of things that are
way
potentially
less.
harmful, it is here. Let's talk about vaping. Wait, what?
Fuck you.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Fuck off.
That's horrible.
Hey,
That's
Tin
good.
Speed.
That's
Wait,
good.
wait to get here just as we need to close out. What a jackass.
Hey,
Wow.
you know, I'm all about timing, man. It's all about hitting it perfectly.
Hitting
Well,
it.
you couldn't, hit
Hey,
it,
cool garage, man.
couldn't hit it better if you
Yeah,
had.
yeah, yeah.
Nice, dude. You look like that guy in that thing that's
Hey,
like,
hey.
if you want to make a lot
Will
of money,
you move?
need a garage
Can
like
I
mine.
have some space? I have
Wait,
to be centered.
Is it
creeps
not
me
raining
out.
there at all?
No, we just had a nice lightning strike, so it's going to be good. I was actually standing outside here earlier. Nice cool breeze, smells great. It's it's a good end of the day.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, we just got done. It just got done storming here, but I keep forgetting how far you actually are from me.
So let me
Yeah,
wrap up.
it always.
Sorry, so I want to wrap up just a tiny bit because we were talking about nuclear waste, and what I have here is a chart from whataboutthewaste.com, a website.
I can't see it though. It keeps going away.
Okay, just click on it in the chat, and
I don't know
you'll
if you
see
can
it.
Oh, my bad.
full screen it.
I got
but
you.
yeah,
I see it. My bad.
basically,
I feel attacked. Please don't talk about my waist. It's getting larger by the day.
it is,
my
isn't it?
God.
Because you like
It
beer.
happens, dude. Just chill. Let it happen.
It's true. I like beer.
So yeah, you
Fucking
can
love
see
beer
the
so
fission
much.
products, and that's what you're talking about is cesium and strontium. Those basically are less problem than the original fuel after 270 years. The problem is you got to separate them from the rest of the waste for that to be true. So if you don't separate them, you're looking at this cocktail that's kind of a problem for 130,000 years. But it's not such a big problem. It's not really that dangerous. And it's not going to cause the extinction of the human race. It is not in a critical configuration. In fact, they took it out of the reactor because it has too many neutron absorbers, because they couldn't actually make power efficiently with it. It literally cannot turn into a bomb. That's what nuclear waste is. Is nuclear waste in the conventional sense is the stuff that's left over that's not suitable for creating power anymore.
Damn. Why? So this is. Why can't things just be jettisoned into space? I know that's stupid.
It's $10,000
nuclear
a pound.
waste.
Hold on,
actual
so
waste
what's
from
the
my
comparison to?
ex-girlfriend? Yeah.
So what's like the actual comparison to what we currently put in land waste and the amount of people that we have from the waste that we have to do with all the trash that we have that we don't know what to do with, comparatively to what that's going to be with like nuclear waste?
I love the way
don't
you
know.
think. I exactly came up with this figure. Okay, I live in Seattle. I have statistics about how much garbage we put in the landfill. We are
live in
super
Soy.
Fucking gangster, dude.
Soy
Keep
adult.
going.
we recycle a lot. We compost a lot, and we still put 4 kilograms of garbage into the landfill every 11 days.
How much?
Yeah, and
was it?
then all the energy and carbon emissions that we're putting into actually processing all the recycling that we're doing on top of that, and the added infrastructure that it takes to actually sort through that garbage.
If it was nuclear
Now the
powered,
truth
I wouldn't care.
shows up.
I would be fine with it because your entire lifetime, 100 years, let's say you live 100 years, all of the electricity you use for 100 years would be satisfied by 4 kilograms of nuclear fuel, which is 100 kilograms of nuclear waste.
Fucking awesome.
Right?
Is that a good thing to have free energy like that?
Well, I mean, but the difference is with like nuclear waste, like where you put it, its spread is wider than what you would say. Like if you have a square of like regular garbage trash, and then you have like a square of like nuclear waste. I don't know specifics, so I'm not going to get that deep into it. But I would assume that the nuclear waste would have a wider spread that you would have to have cleared out to actually be able to store or stockpile or leave till it deteriorates through its half-life and beyond. And
not so
Remember
much.
what service it's replacing, right? It's energy that goes towards thing. Where you'd have nuclear, it used to be this. What's the alternative? And is that alternative more efficient and cleaner? So what would the alternative be? So you're arguing, you contend that it would be less efficient with nuclear replacing all of your energy needs throughout the course of your life, or I don't know.
I really don't argue anything. I'm just trying to like figure shit out.
Yeah, dude, I have no idea, man. I'm looking at his Subaru. What is it? WRX?
Yeah.
It's based. The
Here-
lag
here
is
I've got-
crazy.
Here I've got more. So this is my local nuclear plant called Columbia Generating Station, and right here, this is the spent fuel area. This is like
Oh,
50.
shit.
Alright.
This is like 50 years of spent fuel. So you see, there's
Hold on. So hold on. That's a safe zone. Like that entire caged area, that's a safe zone for that storage of that wasted fuel.
yeah. That's a security zone because we don't let anyone
And you're saying,
steal it.
but like you could walk around, like you could be some random kid riding a motorcycle through a desert and roll across that, and as long as you stay on the outside of the fence, you're cool.
No, you could walk up to the cask and you'll be cool.
Bro, you need to have better vacation plans.
But I guarantee.
Oh,
if
it's just saying, like random thought.
You can't.
So
ride
like,
your
I could go
dirt
lick
bike
the
around
outside
here.
of that.
No, well,
Yeah,
you
look how
could,
barren that
theoretically.
is.
You're going to get shot before you do because this is in a national security zone. You're
Okay,
not allowed.
theoretically, if I worked there, I could go lick it.
Yeah, you could.
How can it be a national security zone and we're looking at it through this right now?
Well, because
because
it's
the-
Like, that
Why?
doesn't
There's this
scream
thing called
security
the
to me.
internet. I don't know if you heard of it. Al Gore invented it a few years
Hey.
ago. It's a series of interconnected tubes.
You're talking about
I mean,
Al
if
Gore?
you're talking about if you're talking about national security, look at the detail we get on like how our operations run.
okay. Look at
With
this.
what?
The top of this building.
Yeah. Strategic strikes now. Like, there's no more. What the fuck is warfare now? Like, we're just gonna go Google your shit and
No.
blow it up.
But look at this.
Straight up, dude.
The top of this building has been painted over. Like, there's no detail on that.
To prevent it from being pictured.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
Why,
yeah, this
though?
is
That's silly.
because that's
Well,
the
there's
reactor
a target. That's a target right there. Like, let's shoot that. They don't want us to
The
see.
white
it.
Okay.
thing? No,
Yeah,
are you
shoot
gonna
the
do?
white thing.
What are you gonna
do?
McDonald's
It's a
logo
distraction,
on it or
though.
some
It's
shit.
not
I'll be like, no,
distraction.
keep the shitty food.
I mean, we're getting off track though. So, like in that one square, that nuclear waste, that's where you could stay within it. So that's, you said 50 years,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
There's no way I have to corroborate that right down. So, but I'm gonna take you on your word with it. But so if that little section right there can store 50 years of energy, what's the amount of output you get at a facility like that to support the surrounding area?
Good question.
Like, say, independent of like hydro, wind, and coal, if like it was fully like supported by nuclear, where we've got Ty, I'm sorry.
it's about 1.2 gigawatts, and that is let's say 2
1.21
kilowatts.
gigawatts.
Yeah,
we
let's
work
say
on kilowatt hours for energy
Right?
now, so
Right.
that by a factor of 1,000. Wait,
it's about 600 people forever. That's what it is, right?
can you?
I got 600
Oh,
people.
no, sorry.
Hold on.
600,000. That's my bad. It's
Okay,
600,000.
that's a different number. All right, cool.
Hold on, I got
dramatically different number.
Can we talk
And
about
I
carbon footprints? Carbon footprints, right? So, like the average person's carbon footprint versus like Bill Gates, which is like 27,000 times the average person. Can we speak to that and how much we'd be reducing in terms of waste? And actually, I don't give a fuck. No, never mind. Yeah, forget it. I don't care.
But yeah, no. I think I get where you're going though, because like to even begin this process, there's a lot of companies that don't want to start building these nuclear power plants because it's incredibly technologically advanced and it's very intricate and it requires a lot of liability on all parties who are involved in building and creating these plants. And there's I think the French I don't remember who it was, but there's one country out here who is putting a lot of investments into nuclear energy and trying to go that route. Right. But they're having a lot of their stuff is getting stalled because there's not enough companies who are building these facilities because it's a rarity. It's not like I would say an in-demand market at this point, I guess.
Right. And I've got friends who say this quite correctly. There is no nuclear constituency. There's no country on Earth. There's no state in America where we take pride in our nuclear capabilities. Our nuclear energy capabilities is not something that any group of people represented by a piece of government is going to advocate for. And that's a problem, is that, we used to have Korea, and Korea was great and based at building nuclear plants. Don't you
talk about my people.
Yeah, they just built like 6 gigawatts of nuclear.
He's white. He's not even Korean. He doesn't count.
Gigawatts?
Wait.
Gigawatts.
You said 6 gigawatts, and you said 1.21 would take care of 600,000 people.
Right.
Oh, okay, maybe he is Korean. He did math real quick.
Well,
okay.
So that's called Baraka, and the plant that I was showing here.
Obama?
This plant is
that one,
Colombia.
yeah.
Wait, are we talking about Mortal Kombat, or are we talking about the president?
No. Okay, this is Columbia generating station. And let's go to Baraka. Okay, so that's Colombia.
Okay.
And let's go to Baraka in the UAE.
This is the 6-armed nuclear power plant.
Okay, wait, no. Baraka had the big fangs and the claws.
Baraka is a...
You're going to have to put that in the chat for me, man. Put that in the chat for me because I don't remember. I'm ashamed.
This guy's just traveling right here. Holy shit, dude! All right. So this is a 6 gigawatt facility, right?
Just about, shit. I think.
Huh?
I'm gonna double check.
Look at him. He clashing, man. He going into an argument. He 3 screened up right now, slamming on the keyboard.
All kinds of facts and charts and fucking literally like physical locations with.
Sorry. Whatever. Hang on. Let me get rid of that.
But this is cool. I mean, we checking out like a whole nuclear facility, an operational nuclear facility right now. Does anybody know what 6 gigawatts would run on nuclear for total populace?
6 gigawatts.
It's about two. It's about 2 kilowatts a person. It's divide by 2 basically. It's 2 kilowatts a person.
No, it's not by 2.
Well, okay.
Alexa,
I don't know.
Alexa, where can I buy a strawberry shortcake? And also, what is? Hold on a second.
What? 4.4 million.
Alexa, how many? Okay, I'll do the math later. I'm gonna mute.
Jesus Christ. 4.4 million.
Yeah, nice.
4.4 million.
So fact check. It's not 6 gigawatts.
That's Indianapolis, dude, and surrounding areas.
It's 5.4.
Most of the state.
I don't know. Ty, you could what?
That's most of the state.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's because there's only probably like the most density I think Indianapolis could take is less than 1 billion. But for the whole surrounding Marion area, everything.
The Indianapolis metro area is 1.5.
This is the nuclear plant that powers Abu Dhabi, basically. That's what, like, this power plant powers Abu Dhabi.
All right, so let's take that. If you consider 1.21 kilowatts in that whole section that he showed us, where their waste is at a safe space to be around, and then you take that to 6 kilowatts with 4.4 million people. Gigawatts. Thank you. I'm very ignorant on this shit. But 4.4 million people. You take that and then you add that waste and then you supply that on to like. I keep wanting to compare it to garbage, but it's not garbage because we're replacing coal if we do this.
Right.
But I just think about like what's left over, and like we're looking at like actual land storage comparison to like waste in the air. I think with coal, Because what is the byproduct of coal that, like, once it's all burned up, is there any use for it? Because I know, like, you can break down like charcoal and you can make cleaners out of it, or very I think hydrochloric acid you can get from coal, if I remember right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's
well,
right.
here's the other thing you need to be aware of. Coal leaves behind a slurry of coal ash after it's burned. And this is, in fact, the largest coal ash spill that has ever happened.
Go find some fun videos on that shit.
Motherfucker,
What are you pulling up? What is this you're pulling up?
Kingston coal ash spill.
God damn it.
Yeah, I can't see anything you're sharing, unfortunately. Just heads up.
Oh man, that's sad. Zoom in on that. What is this? What are we looking at? Explain this.
So I'll go back to the real map. But if you just look at the yellow outline, I basically traced it on my map.
I'm sorry.
There's this big dam.
No.
There's this big dam and a bunch of coal ash, and it flooded, and the dam burst, and it contaminated this whole area. So if I go back to the
what you're saying? Hold on. So you're saying a dam flooded, and then all the coal ash. So like, where were we storing the coal ash to cause a flood of coal ash?
They're stocking stuffers during Christmas for bad kids. I'm sorry. That's my window.
Yeah, it was up here. It was up here in this red area. And that kind of flooded and wiped out.
So out of the coal fires, let's just say, like, I'm assuming dump trucks shovel all the leftover coal and dump it into like a valley.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's when it's contained, and it got uncontained, which is the problem. Is that coal ash loses containment?
Okay, so how much? So per person in capita versus like the nuclear, where we get like 6 gigawatts for 4.4 million, right? Not billion, million people.
It's gigawatts. Get it right.
The Kingston coal plant.
Bite me. So
the Kingston
what's
coal
the
plant
amount of trash?
Is the coal plant itself is a 1.4 gigawatt, so it's just a little bit bigger than my 1.2 gigawatt plant, and it produces literally 1,000,000 times as much waste. Like either.
Shit.
So this whole section you're showing right here is like over what time span, or like, okay, that's a hard question for you to answer.
It's decades. Usage. It is decades.
And the other one was 51 years, you said.
Yeah, just about 50 years.
Okay.
And so here's the scale.
Yeah, see there.
Here's the scale. Is that big red blob versus this square.
And hold on. So like, wait. So isn't ash like just essentially volcanic fucking ash that when you pour it in and then you start mixing it in with water, and then water does its thing, it either gets stagnant or it flows, or it mixed with its other minerals along its travel, or whatever the hell. Then
coal ash
like,
is coal
like
ash
that's
is much
that's
worse.
like that's like massive like environmental destruction versus like, well, okay, so you can have a bad fallout from, like, say one of those cases that we store the nuclear waste in until it hits its full life, or half-life. I don't know what the fuck it's called when it dies, but you know what I'm saying, right?
What-
like
what
when
is
it stops.
Okay,
Yeah.
technically it doesn't die, because if you continue to half it, anyway.
Yeah, you can't.
Once the radiation emission becomes within like nominal levels, I guess.
So okay, and here's what I want to talk about: the risk.
Again, very ignorant on all this shit, but
If you think that that this is a risk, I've got a video to show you of an airplane crashing into one of these. But I sense that Ty is getting tired.
It'd be awesome if that video had nothing to do.
Wait,
with
I want to see a
very
fucking
high.
airplane crash into one of those.
Okay,
See,
let's
yeah,
go.
pull that up. You pulling up all these nuclear power plants. Give us a plane crashing. Like, I'm into those who died.
I think is that.
I love destruction. I love destruction.
What? Oh, fuck. Hold on.
I'll put this in chat too.
Hey, what's fuck? Damn it.
So
I can only see this on the stream, which is like 45 seconds behind. It's all jacked up.
Change box. You're here, right? I missed you.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Oh, take it. Love you.
So this is a nuclear cask for transport, and they're going to hit it with a train.
I lost everything on here. I can't even see what you're doing. Where's it
Seems
go?
like a terrible idea.
Hold on, I'm getting a pack of cigarettes.
Don't smoke, man. That's horrible.
All right.
I know it's terrible. I love.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the intro.
Don't do it. You don't
I'm
need
gonna
it.
let it roll.
You don't need it.
It's bad and
I might as well buy a shit box, but death is so fun in so many different forms.
You
So what
don't
this
need to
is-
smoke, man.
What they're showing on
I
the
could
screen
die
right now.
playing baseball, playing hockey, driving this thing, driving that thing. I could die walking out my neighborhood. I could die right now from a
You
tornado.
don't die
I mean,
playing
death is-
baseball, man.
death
They'd
is
have to
fun
let
in all
you.
forms.
They'd have to get you off the bench for you to be at any risk, man. They're not going to put you in. You're not that good yet. I'm sorry. No, seriously though, smoking is just asking for it, right?
Facts.
Fax machine.
mean,
that's what I am. They call me.
I just get old, and
fax
then
machine. What do you live in 1992?
No, fax. FACTS.
Some say we'll see Armageddon.
Fucking
soon.
All right, so let's get back. Are we watching a video of a crash?
they're
yeah.
going to
Yeah.
crash this truck into a concrete wall, and that's a
Why?
a nuclear transport cask, and they simulated the deformation of it hitting this wall, and then they validated that simulation by this crash,
Unnecessary.
and then they
I'm
dropped
assuming
it.
there's nothing in that.
It's just
right?
like, hey, that's just like what they do with fuel tankers. Fuel tank trucks. Those things can handle and withstand a massive amount of force, unless it's a full broadside.
Well, I mean this.
But
they
yeah, like you-
this can withstand a broadside. This can withstand a drop. This
Look
can
at that
withsta-
thing. Do you see
Yeah.
the size? Those lug nuts are at least like, like you talking like a socket that's like yay big for that thing.
Here's your
Tugga,
broadside.
tugga, tugga, tugga.
They put rockets on the back of this train engine and they slam it. Watch it.
What the fuck? That's
There it is.
damn.
I want that.
The ultimate in the black box.
I mean, that would just be fun to do.
yes, I'm with you. I want to. Yeah. Let me blow shit up.
It's like, what was your job in high school? I shot chickens out of a high pressure air gun at vehicles.
Where are you? Sorry.
Yeah, so they did test it. There's basically nothing inside it, but they tested it. They like had some kind of inert gas and they made sure it was still under pressure. And here's them burning
Sure.
it after they're done with all those tests.
How was work, honey? Oh, today we attached rockets to a train and we crashed it into a bunch of things. It was all right.
I want to be a pen tester at Fleshlight. That'd be fucking dope. What'd you do today at work? Yeah, little running shit into things would be rad too.
Yeah.
Fuck,
So yeah,
man.
that's my story of those casks. Very difficult to damage. We've got regulations. All to hell on this kind of stuff. So sure.
So this is so the go ahead.
Oh no, I was like, yeah, sure. After like 200 years, if you still have airplanes and you throw an airplane at it, maybe you've got some trouble.
All right, I gotta bounce here, guys. It's been a pleasure, but yeah, I'm out of time.
Hold on, I want to wrap this up real sick. Ty, give me a second.
What do you want?
I want $1 in my taco.
I want to wrap this up.
Anyway,
Give me a second.
look.
Worst date
So
night
hold
ever.
on.
Good to
So,
see y'all. Take care. I'm done
Love
with
you.
this.
Take care, man.
Good stuff. What do I do now?
Take
I
care.
know what to do with
We'll
my hands.
continue. You can come to my Discord if you like.
But anyways, yeah. So we started with the difference in nuclear power and coal and the adverse and waste forms of like both and the whole beneficial of it and like one factor I never brought into it that I constantly think about is just like this whole EV role and then the entire infrastructure of our entire electrical system. And before we have this whole upgrade coming, like regardless of any situation, we have to reform our electrical infrastructure at some point to handle what we're about to load on it with this.
What are you
whole
talking
EV
about?
hybrid
California
law.
is going to be absolutely fine. All of their brownouts aren't a problem at all.
Not a bit. Like, and not like from coast to coast, it's only going to get worse when we add more load to this, which means it's got to be upgraded. And if we're going to upgrade it, it's got to be well thought out. We got to think of like everything we just talked about tonight. These are factors that we got to be like put into it. And
Yep.
If the basis of it aren't decided on before we upgrade, we're in for a world of hurt and just wasted money, in my opinion.
You're right. We should sink California to fix problems. I agree. It is a law. It's something we have to part with. But why not just rip the Band-Aid off?
Carl, I'm
they're the whole reason. IPA. They're the whole reason Cobb did what they did.
I guess I still have.
I'm gonna call it.
But in case you folks want to join the Discord where I can stream, well, I could stream from this for now. But in the future, if I go live, I'll do chats in that Discord.
What is it?
It's a Twitch Politics Discord.
Twitch Politics.
I tagged you.
Oh, I'm in there.
Voice chat.
I'm probably banned though. To be real with you, I probably got banned before. Just yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Well, yeah, sorry about
sorry.
that. I don't know.
Sorry you got to speak your mind.
Well, no.
Or unless you were a total jackass, and of course it was deserved.
I don't even understand how that could possibly be. But
all right, I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night, guys.
Later.
Right.
Love you.
Hey, later, IPA.
See you, IPA.
I am going to. Dude, I'm gonna go get kicked
four.
out of somewhere. I love you guys. Mad props. I am gonna go get banned from somewhere because this is happening. Take it easy. Wait, I can't because I'm banned already. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm just getting started, man. I ain't even had an experience like that yet, so hopefully I don't hit that point.
Damn,
I think the whole nuclear, coal, wind, renewable, whatever the fuck, it's all a moot argument. Because if we get more energy, which we are destined to do regardless of how it fucking comes to be, because we just can't get enough power, we're gonna wreck this place. Because all that energy is gonna go to digging up stuff and reforming it into something that it wasn't meant to be and that the earth is not in balance for. We are gonna continue to jack this place up, and free energy makes that even worse. So if nuclear is the solution, it's also the problem.
Well,
that's my thoughts.
True.
So how many people do you think there should be on Earth? That's the question.
No. I think the better question. I think the better question would be
500 million. Sorry. Yeah.
How many can the Earth support?
Just look at the Georgia Guidestones. The Georgia Guidestones will tell you all you need to know.
I'm playing with that, man. They are gospel. 500 billion.
I think that maybe 20 billion, but here's the reality. We will never.
That's genocidal. That is genocidal at its roots. Hold on, that is genocidal at its roots. Because, like, seriously, if you're gonna say, okay, we're gonna cap population at a certain point, that means you gotta start often, motherfucker. Like,
it's not genocidal, dude.
We don't.
Genocidal is racial. This is speciecidal.
Okay, so here's the thing.
You don't cap people.
Here's the thing. Natural population growth. Natural population growth. We will never hit 10 billion people. How do you think that's going to happen?
I can agree with that. I can agree. No,
there's data.
We're on a dip.
There's data.
We're on a dip. We are on a dip. People are not having kids like cottage industries. Cottage industries died out in the 1890s. You didn't need to have like your little house and your whole farm and like 10 kids running around to help.
Oh, you mean all of that important stuff that gives you value and like?
No. I'm talking about back then. Like this is a progression of society and how we've grown into where we're at now. And now we have like you can be a single person living inside of an apartment and be a productive member of society now versus back then.
You're saying productive member of society, but happy and like the I guess.
Okay, yeah. You want to go, Yeah. Well, if you want to go into all the psychological factors of it, yeah. If you want to go into the psych factors of it, that's a whole intrinsic value. But we're talking like population and infrastructure, formulating, and everybody working together is like a cure and a cog.
I won't be happy until I can hear my neighbors flossing their teeth in the morning. That's how packed in like sardines.
That's creepy.
No joke, no shot. I will take that. I will take like living wall to wall. Actually, wait. I'm in a duplex. I can hear my neighbor once in a while, and when I'm screaming, if I'm screaming really loud, I'm sure they can hear me, which is why I'm like adding blankets to my walls. So, yeah, I'm already there. I lived in condos. I lived in good condos, bad condos.
8 cartons and foam, bro. 8 cartons and foam.
Dude, I used to be able to tell when my neighbors, when they were fucking, whether or not the girl was like faking it,
Enjoying it or
I was
not.
looking through their window.
God.
It's called
All right, so let's get back on track, though.
Rockwool Safe and Sound. That's the best soundproofer. Yeah.
Let's get back on track because I don't even remember where we were at.
10 billion people. 10 billion. We will never hit at this rate. We will never hit 10 billion people. That's the truth.
You think
And you know,
can support 10 billion people at our kind of
it's fine.
style of living?
We can.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we can. If we adopt clean energy, we can survive, and we can increase biodiversity as long as we're willing to live in cities instead of spread out like Texans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because one big piece
of population lives on the coasts. Remember,
one big piece of what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. You're good. Go for it.
One big piece to what you're talking about, like where we're living at inside of these cities, is that we've become so advanced that we're now starting to reform the earth. We're causing further downstream floods. We're causing sinkholes. We're causing buildings to over 20 years lose their structure. And if we can use the land that is more suited to the situations that we need, other than just population and mass profit, we would have
we can't
better.
We can't put a dent in harming, barely a dent. Earth goes through cycles.
That's
period.
And that's right. But like with our infrastructure and like having waste, water, energy, and all that, you've got to run all that. So it's better to have all that compact in an area. That's why we have games like Sim City, where you're trying to like make like Ty does on some of his streams and stuff.
Yeah.
You've got a massive amount of pieces that you have to come together, and it's better to have that close, other than spread over. We're just moving land and then like rechanneling rivers and like when you think about where we were about 100 years ago, it still blows my mind on like how we've manipulated the world around us and the infrastructure that we built, and most of it's still like 40-50 years old, and like we're growing, we're moving into another phase. Like there's incredibly intelligent people reinventing, everything from electricity to infrastructure to water use.
But they're not the ones reinventing. They're not the ones. Yeah.
No, I follow you on that. You're kind of talking like on a political view and the people that get the front stage, like other than those who are actually like stuck in there and putting their time developing their lives into these things.
I think there's too much.
Yeah, because the people that put their time and like really develop and spend their time in it, they're not going to be politicians. Their life is devoted to something different.
Yeah,
and
but
so
if it doesn't line the politicians' pockets, they're not going to opt in for that solution. And in many cases, that's the sad truth.
Yeah, and that's why the people that had the best ideas, we read about 20 or 30 years later and find out like, damn, that fucker was right.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Okay, so
I'm digging this conversation.
Yeah, but where did it start from though? Like, pull me back on track. I don't even know your name down here. What's your name?
I'm sorry.
So hold on, sound
Carl.
Hold on. Unashameful. What do they call it? I'm new to this. What is it? A sponsor plug or whatever the fuck? Like a plug? Is that what it's called? A plug?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm 10 Speed. I do Subaru shit, and I hang out here with Ty, and I just rap about random things and try to learn as much as I can. And I'm all about community and people discussing things and figuring stuff out. And pass it off.
There you go. 10 Speed. Do you have a Twitch? Is that your Twitch channel as well, or am I?
No, I just have Instagram and Facebook and Discord. That's it.
Okay.
And Ty talked me into the Discord.
Check out 10 Speed on Instagram.
Hi, I'm Changebox, and I'm an alcoholic.
_10_speed. Yeah, that's what it is.
_10_speed.
Fun.
I'm just some dumb old man.
There you go.
I'm a fatalist.
Dig it. A fatalist. Okay, so hold on. Help me define a fatalist.
Fatalist.
This is going to end and soon.
Hey, you know what though? Like, if that's your opinion, then like, what is a fatalist to you? If you are a fatalist, what is one to you?
Wait a minute. That could be like, is it like fate or
I'm
like?
not quite understanding the
fatality?
question.
Hold on, I gotta Google it.
Well, I mean, hold on. Okay. So here's where I come in because I don't understand what a fatalist is.
Me either.
And if you are one, what is a fatalist to you?
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I understand now.
Okay.
I don't think society is going to continue in anything like the shape it is now.
Jesus Christ, you are. A fatalist.
Hold on, let him go. Let him go.
Time is increasingly short. That's all I can say.
No, you got more than that. Come on now.
Because I've been saying it my whole life, and so it's fucking boring at this point. But it's been true my whole life that, okay, so I broke this down earlier for klepto. Rivalrous game theory, which is what capitalism plays out, plus exponential technology, which is what we have in biology and computing and every other fucking field, is self-terminating. It doesn't work. We can't fight each other with increasing power and expect to get away with it in the long term. And it's
Hold on. What are you? Hold on. What are you defining power? What are you defining power as? Where is that power being derived from? Is it technology?
So yeah, sure. I would call it actually. I like the word leverage better. Because
yeah, okay, I agree with you on that. Because humans at base, I believe, are a communicative beings. All we leave behind is the people that we say. Somebody once quoted that you die twice when you physically die, and the last time someone underinstances your name, because nothing else really lasts. So, like what we're doing right now is all that really survives, because we're like developing each other. Like no matter how ignorant or smart all of us may be, we're developing each other because we're having discord. I'm sorry. Go on.
That's a fantastic definition of karma, by the way. Nice breakdown.
Damn.
And no, there's not much more to it. I firmly believe that that's true. That if we continue to play rivalrous games and extend our technology in an exponential way, we're fucking doomed.
Mm-hmm.
And I see.
Are you saying so? Like, are you saying? No, go ahead.
Oh, you're good, man. I love questions.
So you're saying society like eventually turning in on itself, like everybody ends up in this hatefulness of each other.
Yeah, in one way or another, we blow ourselves up. It could be
enter the media.
It could be a computer virus, an infrastructure. It could be an actual biological virus. It could be nuclear.
No, that's fact too. Yeah,
it could be an environmental disaster. All these fucking problems are breathing down our neck, and we're not taking any of them seriously. Explain to me how this is supposed to turn out good.
Are you drinking with us right now? You should be, man. You are like that is some, but for real though, like what you're on is like the entire fallout, all the different options that could be. And okay, so I would assume fatalist ideology right now is just like no matter how it's going to go, we as humans don't have the capabilities to find any kind of harmonious action that's going to work out for us in our environment, in our longevity. Like we don't have a longevity put in. We get too caught up in our bickerness in between us and just blah 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 back and forth.
Rivalry. That's the rivalry.
Yeah,
no, it's more fate based.
That's another piece, because I don't know what you mean by it was the rivalry mentality or the rival versus gang mentality.
So rivalrous game theory, which simply states that you can gain an advantage over your competitor and benefit from that. So when you benefit from it, everybody has an interest in gaining that advantage first. And so it's a race to beat anybody regardless of the consequences or the actions behind it. It just engenders... Go ahead.
Okay.
He has
narcissism.
Let me lay it out. Let me lay it out.
That's competitive.
I want to cure your doomerism right now.
Sweet. No, good luck.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Like, honestly, I lean a little bit his way, like, because I see it, like, I see all the hatred that's coming out from it, and you know, there's like where we're at right now, and like what I found on Ty's Discord is we can conflict with each other. That's cool, but we can talk about shit, and like whether we agree or disagree, we're all still learning something. And
but you have to make sure people aren't like all of this like negative. Here, let me help you out, okay? All right. So what's going to happen right now is
Shut it
build
down.
up some
Shut it
spirits
down,
right now.
motherfucker.
Totally appropriate song. All right.
Shut it down.
We're talking about fatalism. We're talking about all
God,
this
just do that.
All right, fine.
Motherfucker.
Okay. This is one of those things. This is one of those things where I turn down the chat until.
No. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I won't do it again.
It was
okay.
epic, but really stop.
What if I start singing? I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna serenade all of you.
Sounds nice. It hasn't happened in a while. I guess I wouldn't. I wouldn't say stop. You know.
So there's this quote,
Anyway, so bring it back. Bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
this quote that I'm trying to find is basically, and I'm trying to find it. It's in the middle of this giant. So there's this Russian philosopher of sorts will say, we're going to remake the world in the image of a world that will support mankind and it will support nature. And all it
That
takes
would be
is
so awesome.
energy.
All it takes.
All it takes is energy. All it takes is making sure that every person has what they need to feel fulfilled. So I work in software, I've got decent compensation, and what we know about compensation in software is that at a certain point, there's less anxiety about compensation. As long as, you feel that you're being fairly compensated with relation to your peers, you have enough money that you don't worry about things like rent or your car or what computer you've got. As long as you're way up there, you're fine. And I think this applies to people all across the world. And it doesn't, if we take the dollars out of it, it just means, do you have a stable home? Do you have a happy life, a good work environment? Do you have food? Do you have security? Do you have all these things that make you feel fulfilled? I think we can do that for every person on the planet without exhausting our resources. I think that we can also do that without wrecking the environment, and because we will be a part of the environment. And there's this quote, let me read it. It is, the tiger will not even notice the machine or feel the change, but will live as he lived in primeval times. And then lo, an unfamiliar naturalist in the path of Russian revolutionary history already begins to open up, and this history in today's world may actually have a future. And what that is fully automated luxury gay space communism. The quote was from Trotsky. Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
Are you
I want to respectfully ask you. Hold on. I want to respectfully ask that you read that quote again, though, because that was that whole bit. That was quite a bit. Unload that again.
Yeah, so the bit basically rests on the tiger will not even notice, and it starts, the tiger will not even notice the machine or feel the change, but will live as he lived in primeval times. And that's the Trotskyist quote, is that Trotsky is like, oh yeah, hey, we saw the conquest of bread, we saw the Industrial Revolution, and we know how to fix stuff. We know how to make things that is like orders of magnitude better than they knew 50 years before them. And we're in that place right now, and all it takes is like unseating the dominant hegemony that it exists in our time, and that is making like the fucks who need to have a super yacht. Like, why do you need a super yacht? What's it give you?
This argument is broken, man.
Well, no, hold on.
Why is it broken?
broken?
Why is it broken?
Because
I kind of agree with what. Go ahead, man. But yeah, I think we agree because I'm on the tip of the displacement between the displacement between having your basics needs taken care of, food, shelter, water, and then and waste. Actually, at this point, because we're spoiled enough, we have to have waste.
Right.
But then you got your intrinsic needs, what you're doing, your purpose in life, and like whether you're fulfilling that point. And then you have like your tiers in that level as far as like material and worldly things, like where's your salary cap at? Like, are you 40,000 or are you 80,000? Are you 120? Are you 100 and 250,000? hold on. But what I'm saying is there's a tier to this, because like you can have a super yacht, or you can have a 3-story house in the middle of Irvington, downtown in Indianapolis, where it's like a historical center, or you can be out in the woods with 20 acres. It's like, but I mean, like, so there's the differences in people in all of this, and there's a differences of mindset, and this is like where like a lot of people get into the arguments of the privileged people, those who came from a family who had money, or even the fact that they came from a good family unit, like a good mother, a good father that made a good child and put good things into them, and they did the right decisions and made good choices, and then ended up growing into something. And there's a lot of judgment in that area, and I think that's where the hate comes in, because that's the intrinsic part, because a lot of people don't have a purpose or direction on what they're doing, and it like that's where a lot of the hate can boil up, and then that brings a whole tier of money, because money's the drive to it. Like me, where I'm on, like, yeah, let's stop.
Hold on a second. I want to ask you about that. Is the hatred the people that come from like money or something, or the people hate people that?
No, it's on both ends of the spectrum, because like as much as you would like, there's like IPA, I respect the hell out of him, because he's open about it. He's like, I'm privileged, but like, he took full advantage of opportunities given to him because of what his mother and father had opportunities given to them, or they built for themselves and instilled into him. And like, you can go two directions from that. You can like not understand what not having that is like, or you can, or like even have to fathom the idea of not having what that is like, or to having it. Whereas like you have to be on the bottom end and to fathom what it's like having it. And, and that's where the intrinsic value comes into things. And like for a lot of people on the bottom end, that's hard to go, because you're living paycheck to paychecks. You're suffering for basic needs.
Most people don't have that.
Like really,
right? One guy that has that. Most people don't, right? The reality is like don't have a privileged like whatever.
Why don't most people have their needs met? And that's my question is.
That's what I was coming to. That's where I agree with you at, because your basic needs, like I think those are simple things, but like but where I think society gets everything misconstrued is our basic needs of growing on beyond basic needs. Like when you talk basic needs now, everybody's talking about Wi-Fi, cell phone, car, gas card, my food covered. We're not talking like
that's the
having
question.
a roof over
Where's the super yacht in Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Where do you like say I need the super yacht?
Right, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
When your hierarchy.
If I had a super yacht, I'd bring all of you there.
Yeah, but like, is that the privileged person has a super yacht? Like, who the fuck has a super yacht? What is a super yacht?
It's a yacht that has a support boat.
Because that's a small portion of society. That is a small portion, and that's where we get into the sliver, and that's like where we get into bickering up over all this shit. Like this,
that's not
like everybody. I'm always trying to like. This is why I hated psychology so much, because there's so much gray, and I'm a very black and white person. But hell, I went to school for it, and like everything that we talk about here, it's all about like when you get into politics, like you got left. You got right, you got everything in the middle, and somewhere in between here is where we're good. And like we're getting so much further away from the middle, because you can't have yin without the yang, you can't have left without the right. You let the left go crazy, you let the right go crazy, you let the suicidal go crazy, you let the sane go crazy. There has to be, I think there's a need for a constant state of chaos, but it has to be structured, because society is all
rival is dangerous.
So if I'm referencing that, like I want a full, like, do you fully understand? Because I've never heard of this before. I want to know.
Oh, wait. So what's the question?
Just real quick, guys. The super yacht thing is not somebody that you know. You just said someone's privileged and took advantage of a thing. Their parents were wealthy. They didn't have a yacht, though. I thought you meant that was privileged. People that have super yachts. So that's not what you meant.
No.
Okay. I realized that after the fact.
I think at super yacht point, we're talking about a whole different set of characteristics and
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah. That's the start of the conversation to me is understanding system, like the system that creates that stratification of wealth. That's a problem. When you're talking like 50% of the wealth exists within a small fraction of the top 1%, whatever it is now. It's ridiculous. The amount of
It's fucking ridiculous.
concentrated power. And if we change our system so that we prioritize not the maximum economic throughput with no regard from where that money is headed, and if instead we focus on serving the most amount of people,
Yes, sir.
to have the best quality of life, that's what I'd like to sort of base my political philosophy on, is like,
I
how
love
do you
it.
achieve that? How do you achieve that?
Can I chime in here with that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You know that the top 1% are like they have the majority of the money. Obviously, we're really fighting over 7% of the global, like the money, that the currency that's out in the economy. It's like nothing. It's nothing. It's a small portion of the money going out there. You have to pull money out of everyone's pockets to be a billionaire. Some people will argue that you have to be incentivized in order to have good quality things and innovation, right? Of course. I want and I always say this, a very arrogant, like brain surgeon. I want him to think he's the best because I want the best quality. But there's a big distinction between him and Jeff Bezos, who's somehow in my same tax bracket, but pinching pennies out of people, like literally, like, so fucking greedy and bending the laws to their advantage. There has to be some change there.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
What they're doing is required by law.
Pardon me?
What they're doing is required by law. They are they're fiduciarily responsible for
yes,
pinching
yes.
every fucking penny. It is
Yes.
a law that they have to fuck us.
That's
so enjoy the ride.
It is the duty of the officer of that C Corp that you serve the financial interests of your shareholders, no matter
Gotta
what.
take care of the shareholders. Gotta do it.
That's it. It is
Gotta
otherwise
take care of them.
fiscal
The
malfeasance.
best way to do it is just show no profit, but somehow the stock goes up. Yeah, and then you don't have any, it's fucking bullshit.
And the
All of it.
buybacks, and everything like that. Yeah, all of
The
it.
system is broken. It's just fundamentally
Hold on. Before we go down that route, though, hold on, because we're going. Before we go down that route, let's look at it as to if you are a person who starts in some kind of entrepreneurial pursuit, and it ends up being very beneficial. Despite background or whatever kind of support you had, you were a person who created something and made that route, and you went that path, and you gained your successes from it by the system as is, whether it be whether you want to define it as capitalism or what.
Sure.
I'm very ignorant in these parts. This is why I told Ty I didn't want to get this Discord in the first place. But I love talking to people and learning shit. But anyway, so if you're gonna go,
man.
hey, thanks, man. Shit, where was I going?
If you're a person that's you benefit from being an entrepreneur,
Okay. So if you're a person that benefits from being an entrepreneur and you go that full route and that full scheme with that, and then you end up with massive blows of money and like, where do we start defining the box and what is right and wrong with that? And then you enter like Jeff Bezos people or
Right.
like
Enzo
Ferrari or
not even.
But this is again the gray area. This is again the gray area of where it's right or wrong, and this is where you've got to find it, because then it's a person that you're looking at that point who has this entire fucking empire that he's built from like one little thing. Because like once you
it seems like
but this
it's an empire with all these great fucking ideas.
I'm not talking about a perfect. I'm not talking about. I'm not. No. Hold on. I'm not talking about a person specifically. I'm not talking about just anybody specifically, because this is no. We've got generations of these people. There's families in this generation of these people that have been going on for a long time. That's a whole conspiracy theory that I'm not ready to go down. We're not going down that route, but we're just talking about like the accumulation of money and like where is that at? There's generational wealth as well, but what's wrong with that? How dare somebody take away your right to take away your ability to build a legacy for your family and leave them better off over the next 20 years?
Tucker Carlson's families were on the backs.
Who are you to say over the next 10? Yeah. Who are you to say over the next 5 generations your family doesn't do some shady fucking shit? Because you're going to be done and gone and have built it.
I got a number. I got a number for you. 10 million. 10 million.
10 million. Actually, 10 million is a good
population. We're talking about population again.
No. I'm talking if you are the biggest fucking genius in the world, if you're a Jeff Bezos, if you're a Bill Gates, if you're, Rothschild or Kissinger or whoever, there's the limit. There's the limit. 10 million. That's it.
$10 million. Hold on, because now you're opening a can of worms because you want to say all they can have is 10 million, right?
No.
Right. Oh no, that's
clarify. Have or make, is this income or wealth?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because most of their money is fluid. Most of their money is constantly evolving. This is where all the tax and the laws and the legals and the write-offs and the tax write-offs and all that shit start coming into play. And that's where it gets too complicated for me. This is why, my bad.
Just 1 second, guys. I sold the company. I had a company and I sold it, and it's millions of dollars, not like 10 million, but just a couple $1 million. I swear to God. When you want to talk about how much, it doesn't matter what. You have to ask yourself at the end of the day, are you taking away from people by building your empire, right? So when you have people in factories pissing in bottles like they do at Amazon, or falling asleep at the wheel and killing people, or they're all of the nefarious unsavory business practices they do to get you to repurchase things and snoop your traffic and try to advertise in every
you on it
possible, then it's a problem. I don't care if you make $1 billion doing it
for 3 months, man. I can tell you that place is fucking hideous. It is a fucking nightmare for the employees. I worked at Amazon.
So that's when it becomes a problem.
I worked there for 3 months and said I got to leave because this is clinically insane.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how this company accomplishes anything. Oh wait, it's the robots. Fuck.
Well, no, because nobody looks at a semi truck going down the road and think about, okay, that trailer has to be maintained, those tires have to be changed out, the product in the back of there, that diesel transmission, the driver's got to be taken care of, his whole log and his computer system has to be regulated by the government, the SCCA, the Indianapolis police have to be on. Like there's, and then you got all the different countries that are in that engine and the sensors and the wires and
But that driver has a union. That driver has a union. He has
not all of them.
Not all of them. And some of them have bad rules. Like some of them are told that they have to keep driving even though they're tired because of the schedule of the sleep drive schedule. Yeah, and that's messed up. So we got to fix that. But
DOT is 10 hours on the road. DOT is 10 hours on the road. You have to have I believe it's a 30-minute break in that 10 hours. You have a 22-hour span. No, I don't remember. I don't remember accurately.
Right? You asked the question. Yeah. What is the ceiling for how much money a person can have? I think it all boils down to how bad you treat your employees and how bad you treat your consumers. Period.
Yeah, but I mean, we got billions of different people on perceptions on how they should or how they could be treated.
I can't imagine someone would disagree with that sentiment, though. I can't imagine.
No, because there's lines to everything. You know, you can't just say like everybody needs to be treated fairly. Like you put 500 people in the room, you're not going to satisfy all of them. As a company, you will not sustain. That's not possible.
And that's why
there's a huge difference between satisfying everyone. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm willing to bite that bullet, and I'm willing to say, okay, yeah, I have a number, and that number is probably way higher than most people are comfortable with. You'll be like, no, not every person is going to have $10 million. That's an enormous amount of wealth. That's more like if I had $10 million.
They'll make it in their lifetime, but they won't touch it.
Right. Well, like I could buy like the best house in Seattle, and I could live there for the rest of my life. I mean,
you could have any kind of medical complications, and you could have a family of however and generational wealth.
Your life could be taken away from you in a minute. Like you could wake up one morning, have an aneurysm, and be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life.
Christ, man! Now I'm going to worry about that shit.
No, that's real. That's what happened to my mom. My mom, I guess shit's real.
You're doomed.
I'm sorry.
You feel that you're doomed because
no, it's good. It's good.
You want there to be a cure. And the fact is, and I'm 43 now. I know that I could get hit by a bus. I could fall off and land on the train tracks.
Inner X here.
Right. So I know I'm going to do, number one, I'm going to do the best thing that I can for my family. I'm going to do the best thing that I can for the world. And I'm going to go do the best thing that I can for the climate. No, I mean, not the world. Society. Let's say society is number 2, and the climate number 3.
Hold on, let me be devil's advocate. Where are you in this factor? Because you got to do the best for you. Because you, as a person individually, like all of us, like
he's
all
a senior
time,
software developer, man, at a company. He's probably really important, but it all comes down to: are you replaceable? And are they just
I'm
his
good.
version control. They just get messages.
good.
They can just follow. They can reverse it.
Yeah.
like as a company, as a
Yeah. Yeah, like I figured that out. Let's say I figured that out 5 years ago. I'm good.
yeah. You're worthless to a company. Like you're a number.
Well, no, I am a value creator in a company. Any company that I go to right now, I will create value for them.
Wait a minute.
I'm good.
The guy that just left, that he was the one that was talking about Reign and Gain. Yeah, that guy. I want to know about Reign and Gain before you leave. Like, what was that whole theory you were talking about? Like, I want to know about that. We ain't got into that yet.
Wait, Reign?
Dang it.
Who was that? Was that
I
IPA?
can't remember. No, it wasn't IPA. It's the dude right there with the pop. Is that popcorn?
Yeah, change box.
Change box. Yeah, change box. Yeah. What were you talking about? It was Reign and Gain, right?
The screen. Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Rivalrous game theory. So
yeah.
where one company or one organization can benefit by employing some kind of new technology, some new method of gaining advantage over their competitor, and everybody is now set to do that. So, for instance, the most insanely dangerous thing is AI, because everybody now, every government is infinitely.
That's why you call it Reign. Because if you can have a robot do something that somebody can, you have infinitely more ability to do that shit repetitively.
It's creating guardrails to make people conform to a certain thing. If you want to argue that, like this guy does probably some front end UX UI sauce, and he'll tell you that just follow a pattern and make people conform to that pattern, and all of a sudden it's not as brilliant as you think. Even with all of this targeting.
Hold on, slow down. Let's get through the Reign and Gain.
Okay, I'm trying to distract myself while I pierce my other nipple. Okay, keep going.
That is so odd. Carry on. Yeah, so I mean, rivalrous game theory is the opposite, basically, of cooperative game theory, which is we're both aiming for the same thing. It's the opposite of unity. Right?
Okay, so we go from love to hate.
Kind of.
We go from cooperation to rivalry. That's love over hate, man. Like you just like, all right, cool. Let's work together and get this shit going. And then now you're like, no, this sounds like a union takeover.
It does. I get that it sounds like that, but here's the thing: you can reduce either of these things. You can get rid of exponential technological growth, and it's not a problem, because we weren't going to wipe ourselves out even 100 years ago. We didn't have the capability to, but now we do. And
that's
we're
facts.
leveraging that to smaller and smaller and smaller groups of people. Look at what fucking ISIS or Al Qaeda or anybody's been able to pull off. Osama bin Laden, with just a few people, was able to fucking crunch a country, get us to freaking practically bankrupt ourselves. Fucking 24 guys with fucking blades almost caused us to bankrupt ourselves on 2 fucking 20-year wars. How fucking retarded is that?
Now you're running on razor thin edge of some craziness. I'm not gonna say crazy. I'm not gonna say crazy because they're all viable, because none of us really know for 100% because we're peons on the ground. But
yeah, it's all good. It's just my opinion.
It's like 9/11. Explain Building 7 to me. Like that's all I want. Explain Building 7 to me on 9/11.
I can explain Building 7. Building 7. There's a generator in one of the lower floors. And so the generator caught fire, and that burnt a column that was vulnerable, and that's why it looked like it demolished, because it collapsed from one of the structural support columns.
Bro, that building was a whole city block, and it fell at free fall level.
Right, because it was one of the central support columns got burnt up by a generator fire. That's look it up. Yeah, Building 7 is completely explainable. Not even joking.
I don't want to go down that route because I want to get back to the rivalry game theory over cooperation. Because
I'm into
what you're talking about, but like I don't want to go that far.
So 9/11 is part of the exponential technology part. Planes themselves add that exponential technological part, and you're not going to undo people's willingness to be evil or commit evil. You're not going to get everybody to get along. Go ahead,
So, okay, yes. And this is why what you are saying is essentially Marxist philosophy. And what I mean by that is because the theory of rivalrousness is essentially exactly the same as the critique of capitalism. And that is to say, if you have power, you are seeking more power, and you seek to oppose any attempt to unseat yourself from that power. And then we've got the bug of market capitalism, which says, and you rightly pointed this out earlier, which rightly says that you must maximize profits for your shareholders. So all of this stuff knits together very neatly, and we need, either through reform or revolt, we need to fix it. I completely agree, but I just got to point out, you're preaching Marxism. My man.
Right. The only added layer is exponential technology.
He said
I don't think that was addressed.
Well, okay, so why is exponential technology, with all else being equal, why is exponential technology bad?
It speeds up the end process.
Okay.
Hold on, that's the fatalism.
Well, yes. Well, no, it might be, but there's either we are going to solve the Marxist puzzle, the puzzle where capitalism is eating us alive, or we are going to rush headlong into that conflict. And so
I have a question to that.
Either you can reform or you can revolt. And those are the two options. And so that's sort of like, as a market socialist.
100% agree.
Okay, so as a market socialist, I think right now the best thing I can advocate for is reform, because I still think that we have an opportunity.
I think it's too late.
Okay,
and that's the only difference between the two of us, really.
Okay, so are you ready to pick up an AK-47 and come out to Chaz and join the People's Revolution?
Yeah, that's funny because I was just thinking about that earlier. Take up any American and have them imagine or just fathom what it would look like to have a war in this country at this moment right now. Like most people, like me even with the people that I know and like the people that are ready for this kind of thing. I'm not ready, and like
what happened since I've been gone?
But that thought and our comfort in our ability to live within a space that's not has this conflict and this violence and this discord and this breakdown of society. Because at that point, when I'm not going to say that Russia and Ukraine are conflict, but there's other portions like Africa where they're all broken down societally, and there's just tragedy all over the place. There's malevolence, there's violence, there's evil, there's things spawning, and then then you add in us, and then the rest of the world, and we're funding this. I'm not going down that route.
Then you add in us, and it's a fucking colostomy bag.
Oh, my question to what you were saying, yeah, because I had a question. All right, so you mentioned something related to capitalism, and my question is right back to where we were talking about that gray line to where is too much for a single person and their ability and their freedom to go after and seek that, like where does what we want become action and written into law, or like like an entire, like, because it comes like we can want a lot of things, and I see that in a lot of protests. They're like everybody's out there yelling for something, but if you ask them for something to like state it, like let's say like Dr. Martin Luther King or style or something, that's like the best premonition I have right now. But
can I get
like to break it down and be like, here's what I want. Here's what we're here for. This is what the facts are. And like, there's no leadership in this shit anymore. Nobody knows how to like stand up and lead, and maybe that's just because everybody's bitching over what people have and what they don't have. Instead of realizing that right now we're past our basic needs. We're not worried about.
Oh no. Discord's crashing. Coming back. Discord crashed on me. Sorry.
First of all, what you need to understand is, wait, hold on. I can't. No, this doesn't. I don't need background. Wait. So, who's joined? The amount of money doesn't matter. It's not about the number of dollars. It's about what you take from society and others by accruing that. Do you understand that, right? There shouldn't be a.
Well, what would you take if you had that amount of money?
Let me concede the point. No, it's not the point.
Okay.
It's not the requirement, but it is the easiest prescription that I can possibly make that will make a big effect.
Is that ceiling on dollars?
$10 million. That's like, that's a number that's so high most people are actually offended by it.
Oh, it's a huge amount of money.
It is. It's a
now,
huge
is that
amount of money.
consistent? Is that consistent, finite, or due to change?
I think it adjust it by inflation. I don't care. $10 million today, $20 million in 3 decades. It's or 2 years.
And we all
Or
know
6
this.
months, depending on
These kind of things would be like, look, Joe Biden's been in office for 50 some years, and he's worth.
I can't listen to that man and take a bit of what that fucker says for any kind of weight or value or anything. Like, that dude is a clown to me. Like I'd take better information from y'all than I do from that guy.
Right, but he's worth $500 million somehow.
I don't care how much he's worth. I don't care how much he's worth. He's a mouthpiece. You want to be a mouthpiece for somebody, you can make some money, especially if you've got and that's point of privilege too, because privilege allows you to be a mouthpiece for people, and like that's where the snakes and just like people who steal and take when they don't have the amount of money, those who have money, they just they become mouthpieces and just go after.
Let's check this. Joe Biden net worth estimated at $9 million. So Joe Biden is below my number.
That's funny.
That is comical.
Hold on. Pick a famous singer. Let's see what a famous singer is. Random. Come on, somebody come out.
Busta Rhymes.
Damn it. I don't know. Shit. Now you put me on the spot. Do you think $9 million for Joe Biden is legitimate? Hey, can you do me a favor? Go look at Joe Biden's assets. Go look at his houses. I bet you
Busta Rhymes, my boy. What is
20 million. Busta Rhymes, 20 million.
Yeah.
Funny.
So under your
So when you Google for net worth, come on, guys, you know better than that.
Okay, so this like further reinstates my point. Like, is assets fluid as much as where Joe Biden's only worth like $9 million, and what is he really worth? Or is like Busta Rhymes really only worth $20 million, but really only like got $100 million in assets? Like, where's that line in it? And like, who would you rather have that money? And then like, there's personal opinion on it, because
so many different pieces to this. But I would like to answer your question.
Yeah,
if you give me a moment. Busta Rhymes.
No, like, straight up, you got to call me because I rant and you got to like shut me up sometimes. So I apologize. But yeah, go ahead.
You're good. You got to WRF. We're best friends. So Busta Rhymes. He doesn't have anything to hide. He's not a public servant. That's probably more accurately depicts what he has. I don't know what his IRS situation is or whatever. Whatever. Okay, that's gross.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, net.
Joe
Biden, on the other hand, $9 million, bull fucking shit, and he has like $40 million worth of properties. He's got surrogate companies. His son gives him. I mean, this just came out too with all the money that his son gives him. Hunter, like he's worth so much money, and on top of that, all the book deals and shit, right? Which is bullshit. No one makes that much money. It's laughable to think he's worth $9 million. Pelosi, how much is Pelosi worth? Like, it's fucking comical.
She's probably worth, I would guess she's worth 50
Pull that up.
Okay,
yeah, pull that up.
Let's go.
Why would Pelosi be worth $50 million? She's
in California.
Way more than that.
She's in
Way
California.
more.
She's in California. Let's find out.
Yeah, you're gonna
You gotta
Google
be it.
though. Like this isn't the system you're using to
No,
do
no.
a lookup. is the
Here's
system that's
what I'm
controlled by
doing.
this asset.
I look for the Forbes estimate. That's what I do. So this one says Nancy Pelosi net worth Forbes is, where's net worth? 135. 135.
and
so
that's
they're-
still comical.
Million?
So 135 million. Yeah. So
Way
they're
more
c-
money than that.
They're citing Forbes. So
It's so comical.
Do Eminem. Do Eminem. Speaking of like top.
Son of a
Yeah,
bitch. That
that's a
doesn't
good
matter.
one. And then you got people like Garth Brooks, who had like a whole run back in the '90s, and like
Hey, he
built off of that.
earned it.
Oh, Jeff Gordon's gross worth, because like he's like a whole like industry. Even Dale Earnhardt, like his entire family, like they've got. And that's what I'm saying, like fluid, like you can build and accrue this stuff over, and it's not always like the accurate number. It's what you have
I got
total
a good one
available.
for you. Why don't you do this? Look at Hunter Biden's net worth. That would be kind of telling, right?
okay, let's do it.
Do it.
Oh, it's auto completed. Let's go.
Hey.
Hunter Biden, 1 million. Is that right? Let's keep going.
That's garbage.
So
Oh my-
this website says he's worth
Okay.
230 million according to Forbes.
Wow,
Who's
his dad's worth that much.
Who's the other person that's closest tied to Joe Biden?
I don't
Where
know.
else could the money go?
Well, it can't go to the wife because the wife that would be in the same household, so it would
Okay,
be.
so
Well, I
what
mean,
you're-
he's a brain dead mouthpiece. All right, so
what you're
could it go to
really
the
talking
wife?
about is the family net worth. So
If
let's
you do
this.
Trump, if you whataboutism with Trump, I don't care.
I definitely will. I definitely
Well,
will.
don't
Trump
care because-
family net worth 3 billion.
Guess what though? What's great about that billion? He wasn't in office serving the
Really?
freaking
Really?
public,
Okay,
and for the public for 50 years. But Joe Biden has been in office.
Let's not dive into a hole here. What's the point of this?
The point of this is when you talk about ceiling for net worth a ceiling figure. Sure, yes, 10 million. Joe Biden he's within that threshold. Let's go see how many houses he owns. Let's go. It's completely what you can work around it. You can use surrogates. You can do all kinds of bullshit like that. But let's pretend you can't for 1 second.
Okay.
Why do you have to put a ceiling on dollars? Maybe you are doing a lot of good with that money. Maybe you're doing some philanthropy. Maybe you're providing jobs to people. Do you really want to limit people? I think that when you start taking, when your income
Right.
starts taking away, is when I think that threshold gets hit. There's no finite figure. It's just
Okay.
when you become more of a burden.
Right. No. I think that ideologically you've got the correct take, but pragmatically,
It's garbage. It's bullshit.
Yeah, the whole bringing everything into action and putting it on paper and writing it out and making it concrete.
Yeah, no,
That's
it would never scale.
Like,
Don't get me wrong.
And I think that's where we always end up on the conflict portion, is because we get caught up in all this objective material.
Right.
Yeah, right. But you'll have
But I mean, like, and nothing grows unless we start there. Like, honestly, like, you can't really have an understanding of where you're trying to get and where you want to go unless it's all objective, and then you end up with concrete after that. Like, you gotta break it up, turn it to dust, mix it up, let it dry.
I'm so mad though. I'm so mad. The Trump family is really worth $3 billion. What if that right there is a travesty?
But I mean, but that's funny though, because what's the difference between the Trump family, Joe Biden, and Busta Rhymes? Joe Biden having 9,
okay,
Busta Rhymes having 20 million, and then like we get in the whole circulating bit of like where is really all the money at, and like what did they put it into, and so if we want to regulate it, that's already an insufficient number. Like that's not going to be accurate.
How high do you want your taxes to be, man? So you have a public servant. You have a public servant. This is the difference. You asked the difference. Joe Biden's a public servant. Busta Rhymes is an entertainer, which you might not value his skills, but he brings in a lot of money, right?
Right.
And then
God, this is even funnier for this whole argument. Trump is the X factor as the entrepreneur, because like I didn't even consider that.
Entrepreneur in
That's
fucking
funny.
golden quotation marks.
That's funny.
Got away.
Because we started this whole conversation on that shit. Like, where is the entrepreneurship gap? Like, where's the line for somebody for what they can build and create and make a legacy? This isn't like a support for Trump, but this is just funny how, like, with the way the media is all wrapped around Trump, that he
How
beats the
about
X in
Chapter
this
11?
conversation.
If you filed Chapter 11 or Chapter 7 protection, you should never be able to
That's
accrue.
bankruptcy, right? That's
Right.
bankruptcy, right?
That protection should not. You guys have effing exist at all. I don't know if you have kids in the background or whatever, but that should not exist. I mean, it should to protect people, but there's certain things that aren't forgivable, like tax, IRS and student loans. Go figure. But you should never be able to accrue that much wealth if you've had to. How many times did he file Chapter 11? Like 8? It's insane. Should never be
I don't want to focus on Trump on this though. What we're talking about is like the differences in people and like how Joe Biden can be a public servant and make 9 million. Busta Rhymes can be an entertainer and make 20 million, and then Trump can be an entrepreneur and have what was it, 3 billion? 3 billion.
Focus on the public servant first.
But like. But the whole my point is what I started was, it's like the ability for an American person to have the opportunity, build something, create something, and a mass amount of wealth and build a legacy for his family. And what's the gap on that? Like, say it be you individually, like say like any one of you end up big on Twitch, and then like you become a giant idol, and then you're like Mr. Beast or whatever the heck, X label, enter X option here or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd say one color. Everyone gets one color.
What's the gap for you? And then even with that being said, the number that we're talking about with their total income, how is that consistent when we go across Joe Biden, public service 9 million,
Because he's a
Busta
public
Rhymes
servant,
20 million.
dollars pay for his service.
But our gaps are already within like billions of each other, and we're talking about capping at 10 million. So how many successful people or those who have built these legacies are we going to impact on this? And imagine if you were one of those people and you were to put some type of legislation in line.
If I'm in office, I'm doing it to be a public servant. If I'm getting paid 10 million, whatever, if I'm making millions of dollars, there's something wrong. People, maybe I'm.
So
go ahead.
Is it okay? So here's a question. There's this argument, and it revolves around the number one compensated public servant.
Oh shit! You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Sounded like you let 3 go.
So the question is, if you have a number one compensated public servant, the question is, could they be doing good for the public? Instead, they would be tempted to work for private enterprise instead. And this is the argument that they use to justify the salary of the CEO of the Tennessee Valley Authority, who makes like, I don't know, $7-10 million a year.
Yep.
So this is like that question. So Joe Biden makes, let's say he makes $200K, $300K, $400K a year, because he's been a freaking vice president or a senator or whatever.
Book deals that he's allowed to and entitled to and all that. Yeah.
Well, you're bringing in lobby, though. We're getting basic here, though.
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
We're talking
all of it.
We're talking about
all of it.
Yeah.
So up to some level, he's allowed to earn up. In my world, he's allowed to earn up to $10 million because he's an exceptional individual. And Hunter, man, I just kneecapped Hunter because he went down from 250 million to 10 million. I'm good with it.
Sure. Yeah, those numbers are all like, Anyway, I would say I would hope any person that's doing the right thing, you want them to. You don't mind if they're successful, right? But like none of you can tell me you actually believe this bullshit, right? Like, there's no under the fucking table deals going on in DC.
If there is under the table deals, how big are they? That's my question. How big are they?
Oh my god, man! I don't know. Like, use your imagination and then double it. Like, seriously.
Okay, seriously, let's say Joe Biden's worth 50 million then. Okay.
You know what? Forget Joe Biden. Let's talk about George Bush, because Biden's it's a hot button. Let's use another president, or pick one. Pick another person, and let's
MBS. Go find the net worth of MBS.
MBS.
Oh yeah, there you go. MBS is the Saudi king.
Whom?
The Saudi king
of the Saudis. It's Mohammed bin Salman. Mohammed bin Salman, that is Mohammed, son of Salman, is the Saudi king, basically, or Saudi prince.
Are you sure that's
Crown-
Saudi
Crown
Prince?
Prince
I
of
don't
Saudi
understand
Arabia.
why he's not king. It's very confusing. Go
It
on.
is confusing.
How much
yeah.
is he worth?
Billions.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's find.
Billion.
Let me Google it. What does
Stacks on
Forbes say?
stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks.
Pretty sure you're
I
wrong.
don't understand
Like,
the.
like, and that's
Pretty
my
sure
whole
you're wrong
ideology
with
behind
billion.
those. That's my whole ideology behind the whole completion of like the capitalist ideology, and you be able to take everything like you just to. That's why we have monopoly rules in place, so people can have like an entire control, like General Mills, like we currently have with like General Mills and Nestle, and
Oh,
like let's go from there.
It says
Oh,
18
man.
billion. It says 18
Zoom.
billion for his dad. List the
So
royalty by network.
this is
He made that yesterday, maybe.
and this kind of leans into the conspiracy that I was talking about earlier. I was trying to avoid, but like family and generational wealth. What happens to a person when they have the money and the ability to do and gain all the things that they want and that they want to do?
They
Like what's left of what?
Really,
Okay,
you start doing
hold on.
perverted motherfucking things.
Hold on. It doesn't have to be perverted because it's a million things a person can do with their life. So
You'll
let's
run
not
out
get
of
narrow with it. Let's not get narrow with it. Hold on.
I agree.
Hold on. Let me go.
Ow. Oh, I found a tampon.
So like what's you found a tampon?
It's not mine.
The ability for somebody to have everything that they want at their feet. What's left to want after that? I would assume power or some kind of control. Yeah, some control or some kind of power. Like intrinsically, like when that's what you have, like you want to expand, like because everybody's innate ability and want in life, innate drive in life is to grow. Like you want to progress, you want to grow, you want to understand. And when you have when you have that much at your feet, what can that conspire to? And so when you add in generational wealth and indoctrination and people with different ideologies and abilities and things that you can throw people into, we're talking like the last 100 years and the amount of advancement that we've had since then. Not even that, you add in the growth and rate of expansion of technology and the invasiveness, everything that we've gone from like landlines down to power lines and the whole. Don't get me started on Nikola Tesla and JP.
No.
But like,
hey, can I tell you? When money stops to be used, when it's no longer useful, you don't. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. I am. When money is no longer useful, money is no longer useful. Okay. You don't need it. You don't need money. You have so much power. You don't even need that money anymore.
That's funny because that's facts. Because like when it's all piled up, you're just like throwing it at that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In order to flex your power.
Okay, so my whole point to that, I to try to bring it back up, my whole point to that is what does that do to the person when you have that and then you drag that across generations, and then you're not only going to have one family like that, you're going to have a multitude of it. All right, so.
Wait, yeah, they use people for human chessboards and kill them as they go.
And the key word is, the two key things is you got to have money to make money, and then you've got to follow the money. And those are kind of some key things I follow when it comes to politics, because the money makes this stuff go around, and I don't deny that fact. And it's something I can't fully contemplate. But if you follow the money and it takes money to make money, and then when you have all the money, like what's left just to like start throwing money at things you want, and is that population control? Because like I said, it's power or control. Like you got to have a form of control. And if you can, and then now I'm going down a conspiracy line, but I think you guys get where my brain goes with that.
Well, I got you. I feel you. What's reasonable for a person to be able to have, and how much of this slice of the pie, so to speak, should people be? 20 houses, 50 cars. When does it become unreasonable?
Back to the basic of our first argument.
That's more than Joe Biden. Joe Biden has 3 houses. That's it. 3 houses.
How can we
my God! Yeah, well, that's pretty good, man.
Planet has not had time to adjust to cars. How can we even have one car? How can we continue to
This
operate?
guy's got
like
2
this
cars
in a-
back here.
I got $11,000 dumped into this thing,
Dude,
and I got
shit too.
$21,000 dumped into this. This is blowing up.
Just as
This
bad. I'm not
runs.
trying to
You,
say,
see, that's unfair, man. That you're living with. Like, I don't get to do that. I got a car
I got
seat for
a
my
third
kid.
of that dumped into video equipment that I just rode.
Just look how long that thing's been sitting there. You see that mark now? Okay, that's
You don't even use your car, man. What are you, the Sultan of Brunei? You don't even use it.
no. It gave me Rod Knock for Christmas. Like, it spun a journal bearing on Christmas.
That's
This
unfair.
engine and this thing, this is a 2012 Hyundai Elantra. They had a recall on them, and when they had the recall, they extended the warranty to 145,000 because of the pistons. They shortened the
Sounds like rich
side
people
skirt.
talk. You know, that could drive a nurse to work every day.
they're replacing
people
my
that don't have
Sonata's
that shit.
engine right now.
It's a 6-speed manual. It's a 6-speed manual too.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? And you don't even use it.
So I'm getting to the point where I need a break. I need to take care of the stuff
Why?
downstairs.
You freaking sissy, man! You good?
I can't
come
believe
back
you
here.
set up with this
Let me
this
send
long,
you.
though.
Let me send you to another place. I'm going to send you a link to Prime Kai. This is the open panel master, the master of open panels.
Oh fuck! Is this Kai? The Kai from yeah, he'll. I'm banned. I'll just leave right now.
Are you banned from Prime Kai? Really?
I think I am. I'll just go.
Basically banned from everywhere. That's what
How
I'm
did
saying.
how did you do this? How did you do this?
I mean,
Skills,
I don't have
bad skills.
Twitch.
yeah, I don't want to. I don't want
Was
to.
it a Discord?
I'll leave and you guys go. I'm gonna bounce off of here so you guys can do it. And I don't want to ruin it for anyone. So peace.
All right.
All right, like
Okay.
you bailed quick.
Oh man. All right.
You jump
okay.
ship so
Yeah.
fast.
So yeah. So but yeah. So I just said I'm going to.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to raid out my channel. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Oh yeah, 10 speed. One of my guys wants you to pat the dog. You got a cute dog there, but no problem.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, for real. He just actually chilling out here, staring at the road. That's what he does.
Nice.
No leash. He just kind of wanders around the yard and does his perimeter check.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good dog. Good dog. What am I missing?
Good to meet you guys.
Hold on. Before you go, a whole story about the name Kyoki. So I wanted to name him Loki, God of War and Mischief. I had him as a pup in an apartment, so I assumed it was going to get destroyed. The ex did not like that, so she looked up a list of Alaskan names, found Kyoki, thought it was cool. I agreed to it. A year later, look up what Kyoki means. It is Hawaiian for George. So I named my dog. I named my Siberian Husky a Hawaiian name. That is George.
George.
Good George.
And I will hug him and love him to pieces.
Have a one. See you later, man. Have a good night.
Later, y'all.
I'll see you around. And for my chat, here we go. We are going to raid out to Prime Kai. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you all for your time and attention. This has been a marathon session for me. On Twitch, we're going to go out to Prime Kai. Make sure that you follow so you can chat. Yep. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Before you go,
what's up? Mm-hmm.
Before you go.
Yep.
Where do I go to get wherever you're talking about? Didn't you say you sent a link?
Yeah. So okay. If you click on like the channel right here, so it's open panel, and you look above that is watch party, above that is general, and then above that is a text channel called citation needed, and then one more channel above that is called voice chat post, and that's where
All right,
I
I'm joining there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm joining there, and there's like 5 or 10 people in there.
Yeah, so you see Thousand Sunny, go into Rowboat Waiting Room.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to be able to go. So you can join their panel and figure out what they're talking about. It looks like they're talking about Elon Musk today. So, anyways, there you go. And that's it. I'm going to check, make sure that I have finished raiding out. And if I haven't, I'm going to click that button right the hell now. In 8 seconds. You have a good night.